cute?
I like kittens.
So I just want kittens.
Happy National Kitten Day.
You freaks ready for the big show?
It's showtime.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Jimmy.
We haven't had to pull it for quite a while, so we got to lube it up.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Yes, it is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. You know what that means? That means later on we're going to find out what Greek would do. We call that WWGD. That's going to be coming up around 1:35. But we got so many good things for you today on a Wednesday, including the fact that we're giving away $1,000. Yes, it is back. Score yourself $1,000. You're going to hear that at the top of the hour. You're going to get a keyword. You enter that keyword, realradio921.com. We had 3 winners last go around. We want to do 4 this time. Hell, let's do 5. We call it Grand in Your Hand. You have 9 chances to win $1,000 every weekday. What's going on? Good morning. This is Franny. Of course, we have Jimmy. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning.
And we have Greek in the house. Can't do WWGD without the G part.
What is up, everybody? I was just on the phone with somebody. I was like, I'm on the radio. Can I call you back? And they just kept going and going and going and going. I
They're
said,
like, what? What do you do for a living?
My boss is going to kill me. I said, and she's looking at me right now. I said, so let me hang up and call you on the break.
You have a female boss?
Who she
Yes.
is?
You.
Who she is?
You.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on. Everybody knows you're the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Jimmy, how are you, buddy?
I couldn't be worse. No, actually doing very well. Doing very well. Thank you very much. I hope you and Franny are as well.
You're always doing good, buddy. You're always doing good. Last night was at New York Prime for the Red Meat Lovers Club. A big event. It was a fantastic event.
You said it was a hell of a turnout, huh?
It seemed like 300-400 people.
Wow.
Food was unbelievable. I'm not a big eater, obviously, but man, I got to tell you, there was so much food. Great for
I
the
saw
trip.
that menu. I would have been there for an hour,
I know.
overindulging. I mean, it was just incredible.
It was unbelievable. It really was.
Every time they do an event, the menu, it looks like that. I mean, it's just like you read it and you're just like, yes.
That, I want
all
that,
of it,
and then I want
all
that
of it.
too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It really was. The food was great. Lamb chops were unbelievable. They had open bar.
I love lamb chops.
They had a silent
I love
auction.
an open bar.
I know it. I told you. I said, Franny loves it. As soon as I walked in.
I felt like such a sellout. Well, not a sellout, because that's not the right term. I felt like, because I really, this was one that I really did think about going. I didn't get out of here till like 5, and then I was like, I got to go home and then shower and then go down to Boca by 7. It just sounded like a lot.
You could have came. I told you I would have picked you up. I mean, I really would have.
Well, that wasn't the thing is going home and getting ready and then, then driving all the way down to Boca around that time. I just figured it would just be, it'd be a lot.
And then time. It's
Yeah.
a school night, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it was great.
I hope
Can you do it on a Saturday?
Yeah,
I'll tell him next time.
I hope one time that you can, because I would. I'd go down. I just
It's too much.
it's too well. That's Boca's what 2.25 hours
For you.
For me,
Yeah.
Wait.
But I'd love to go down. I would
Yes.
absolutely love to go to one of his events. I really would.
Evan, if you're listening, can you have one in Jupiter? It's closer to Jimmy and closer to me.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't need my traveling down there if it's on a Saturday.
I don't either. Even a Friday night, because get a little hotel room, whatever, make it a stay, enjoy your time, enjoy that open bar and all the food.
No, it was great.
But that's good that many people turned out, which means that hopefully raised a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. I didn't get the total, but again, it was a great event. So many people there. A lot of people listened to the station. Were very nice. Just great.
Awesome. That's great.
A great night. They had cigars in the background by Monte Cristo, which was cool. We sat outside for a while. It was good. Good event. And Evan does a great job every time for different charities. Helps a lot with the police, fire department, all good charities. And again, last night they were helping a young child who has the cancer, which sucks. So hopefully they made a lot of money, but it was a great event. You were, as soon as I walked in, he asked me, where's Franny? I introduced one of my friends. I said, this is Franny tonight.
Tonight.
I said, he looks a little different.
Did he wear a dress?
No, he didn't wear a dress, but that was it. But yeah, New York Pride was great. Obviously, their staff did an excellent job. They're all very, very nice.
I mean, it's one of the best steakhouses in South Florida.
No,
So.
it was great. It really
Can't
was.
argue that.
No, it was a great night. But again, 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can text us at Real Radio 47142. Or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Now, Franny, you have something on your agenda that it is happening to me on a regular basis, and I don't know what to do about car insurance. And it says car insurance is going up.
Well, I saw this on our I saw this on one of our local I saw this on one of our local news.
It's everywhere too.
It's happening to everybody. But yes, insurance rates are up again, and owners of certain vehicles are getting hit harder. So there's so many factors are driving the price of auto insurance up these days. Higher new car prices, soaring repair costs are just a couple of the reasons, but many people have seen their rates increase 20% or more in the past year.
Yes.
Other drivers are seeing an even higher rate hike because their cars are more susceptible to crimes. And we've talked about the ones that are very susceptible. You have like your Ford F-150s, your Hyundais, your the Kias too. But they say, they were talking to a mom who this happened to her, and she's got 3 vehicles in her household, and she's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to afford my insurance with these 3 vehicles. She said it is increasing almost $900 for the next 6 months. And she was like, I thought it was a mistake when I saw that.
Yeah.
And I have heard people, and they call their insurance company going, and that happened actually to Matt and I, my husband, and he did because our insurance went up. And he thought that maybe it was a mistake. And they were like, no, not a mistake. We're like, are you sure? Can you check again? Can you run those numbers one more time?
Obviously, the problem has been with homeowners insurance for the past, 5 to 10 years. It really, spiked bad here in Florida. And finally, our Florida legislatures finally got something going about a year and a half ago to help with the fraud that's been going on. But now the auto industry is getting hit with it as well. Yep. And again, some of it is fraud, but these are some other factors that a lot of people aren't thinking of. And I wouldn't have thought about vehicles that have a high rate of theft would have been one of the factors.
And as I mentioned, the Hyundais, the Kias, and that's what they're saying. They're seeing huge premium hikes. She was the woman who was talking about had 3 cars. Her rate went from $1,700 every 6 weeks, or excuse me, every 6 months to $2,600. And they're saying the vehicle that took the biggest jump was the 2016 Hyundai Sonata that she has, and that's from $857 to more than $1,200. So they are saying that certain Hyundais and Kias, and that is due, and it's so silly, due to the famous TikTok challenge that led to thousands of thefts and attempted thefts of these vehicles.
Really?
Yes.
God, it sucks.
Social media taking us down. But yeah,
We're getting screwed again.
Certain Hyundais and Kias with old-style key ignitions triggering higher rates with many insurers, and this is according to NerdWallet, while some companies won't even insure those cars at all.
Wow.
The claims are. Yep. But they do. They show the average car insurance policy is now more than $2,500 per year for a family making roughly $74,000. That's 3.5% of their income. So it sucks. Everything is going up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Gas in the last month has really risen. Jamie, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I mean, it really went up like 25, 30 cents.
I see it every day when I get off of 95, that big Wawa sign.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yep. So they say, all right, so what can you do? What are ways?
Horse
well,
and buggy.
maybe don't drive.
Walk.
Yeah. What can you do? Ways to lower your premium. So this is somebody who was talking about it. Somebody from Value Penguin. They said if you decide to stick with your current insurer, if you do, because you can also shop around, right? They say ask about usage discounts if you work remotely or don't drive to work or whatever. If you maybe carpool, they say ask about usage discounts. Bundle with your home or renter's insurance. Some do that. Remove optional coverage like roadside assistance, which you may already have through AAA or your credit card. Look into that. And it says you may also be able to raise your deductible, for instance, from $500 to $1,000. Though realize you will pay more out of pocket in the event of an accident. Just realize that. But even a good driving history may no longer protect you from rate hikes, unfortunately.
Yep. Yeah, they the one I have, they were asking about me monitor my driving every day, and they said that would lower my rate.
Okay.
Could. Yeah, not definite. Could. Again, like you said.
Until they get the report and say, oh, look at that. You hard braked 6 times this day.
Yeah.
And you hard accelerated 6 times that day. And that's, I would never do that.
And who knows how your car was acting with all these flats you got on the road.
I didn't either. And they would know where you're at. You know, you're at the Hard Rock Casino. You're at Gulfstream. What are you doing? You're at Monroe's. I'm like, yeah. And a couple other places. Yeah, so it sucks. I mean, anytime anything goes up, you're like, man. Because it never goes down. That's the thing. You never get that email.
It's just going to stay or go up.
Yeah, you don't get that email.
And really, the biggest factor, I think, right now, and this is just a personal opinion, is, and you touched it there at the beginning of that article, which is that the cost of cars and the cost of repairs is what's really driving it as far as automobiles, in my opinion. That's what it seems to be. Because, I mean, look at it. I mean, you can't buy a car under $20,000 now.
I read
And
something
that's like the cheap, bare bones,
Yes.
lowest end. And then, even Kias and Hyundais, which are the lower end cars, are, $25,000, $30,000, $35,000. And then now we got these electric cars on the road, which, again, I'm not against. It's not necessarily I'm against electric, but the amount that it costs to repair them.
And the other thing that this is causing, and there was somebody I spoke to about this about a month ago, is that, it's making more people not insure their cars. So God forbid you get into an accident, you're screwed.
That's unfortunate. But I mentioned this not that long ago, and I was mind blown to think about it, because think about your first car. And yes, I know that we're a bit older, but it's just the average car, the average price you're paying is $47,000 or $48,000.
Something like that.
That's insane to me.
Yeah. Yep.
To me, that was like you were getting a really nice car for that amount of money.
And if you think that's bad, used cars is the one that still blows my mind. I mean, obviously, a lot of things happened during the pandemic, but even after things have settled down, I mean, I look at some of these cars, like a 2003 Suburban with 100,000 miles. They want like $8,000 or $6,000 for something like that. That thing was $500 back in our day. Now, granted, you're right. I mean, I understand that was a little while ago, but I mean, the way they've gone up and spiked, and they've come down maybe a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, again, it's not a good situation, because every time you get that, you just feel helpless. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
You're like,
What do you do?
What do you do? You have to have car insurance. You have to have things. And for years, those are some of the things in Florida. I know when I first came down in it was very inexpensive. I remember paying
taxes.
$90 for my car insurance. But it's crazy now. It's nowhere near that. And I, knock on wood, I have no points. And there have been an accident, knock on wood, a couple flats, but that's about it. But yeah, it's not a good situation. It's definitely not. You're like, man, I cannot believe this. That it's going on. So Taylor Swift is going to be here in October, and already I'm getting a bunch of people texting me about tickets. I have one person who's
Did
selling.
you tell him no? Just say no.
No.
We can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
The tickets that we get are very limited. I've had people ask me too, and people I want, like my niece. I would love to if I could. It's just not happening.
I know somebody's got 40. Who's but he has
Okay,
a
but
box.
they're selling them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, not to give them. But you have something about
Wow,
Brad.
they got 40
They have
tickets.
40 tickets.
Well, they have the box for 2 nights.
Oh, okay.
He has a box for 2 nights.
Oh, that's probably a hefty ticket, huh?
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Is that guy single?
Right.
I got him. I cleaned his pool this weekend.
Oh, you can't have him, Jimmy Greekhouse.
I cleaned his pool this weekend with my shirt off. I did about 100 push-ups, went over it. I said, yeah.
Do a trade with you. Because that has to be, I can't even fathom what that
Right.
price tag is.
Oh, yeah, he'll crush it. He'll crush it. And I have another
But
person.
even the amount that he spent on that for the boxing,
Yeah,
I know he's going to make money off of it, but wow.
He'll crush it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have somebody who's selling tickets downstairs, and they won the raffle, and they have a couple, and they're
cool.
gonna. I think they spent whatever it is, $1,400, but already the person's getting people to say, "I'll pay $3,000 each for 2."
I'm not surprised.
So I mean, it's supply and demand. We talk about whether
Yes.
it's concerts, sports. Billy Joel, my buddy's trying to get tickets. He called me last night for his last show in July, and he said outrageous. Like downstairs, like $4,500 for, but it's his last show. You know what I mean? Until it's not.
Well, and that could be too.
Yeah. But it's just crazy. So what is Brightline doing?
Yeah, so they're doing something pretty cool. If you are a fan or you're heading down there, they are doing what they said, an immersive experience. So we know that she is going to be, as G-Man mentioned, taking over Miami this fall, and Brightline wants to make sure that fans get there in style. So for the first time ever they're going to team up with iHeartRadio to offer a sing-along trip from Orlando to the shows in South Florida.
Do you have to sing the whole time down? All her songs?
Yeah, or you're kicked off.
Oh, wow.
So this is the show's 18th, 19th, and 20th of October. She's here 3 nights. And this is the trip they said will be a fan's wildest dreams.
What?
Yep. Complete with themed decorations. There's going to be DJs from some of our stations in Orlando, Magic 107.7, 106.7. And there's going to be curated snacks and drinks all themed around Taylor Swift and the Eras
Like
Tour.
cookies with her face on it?
I don't know. They
for Kelsey's face.
They said it's a first of its kind immersive experience. And if you remember back in the day when they used to do Polar Express, they do a good job when they do their themes. The Brightline did. So the trip does. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, or maybe you just want to drive to Orlando and head down.
Yeah, even if you live here.
So it begins in Orlando and will end at the Aventura Station, where shuttles will then take concert goers to the Hard Rock Stadium.
There's a White Castle involved.
It's not, unfortunately.
Damn, Jim.
Unless, you know what, if it was her favorite burger, I'm sure it would be. But tickets for the special ride are now on sale. They're not inexpensive, but if you're already spending that money on your Taylor Swift tickets, they said there's 2 trains that depart from Orlando each day of the concert. And interested attendees have the option to choosing smart or premium, so you can get that first class kind of ride. And tickets start at $209
each way, or round trip.
I'm guessing. I have not clicked on the link. I would say each way. I don't know. I got to see.
That's a lot. $400. Taylor. I mean,
that's nice. And they say when you go on there, you can make it a taycation. Get it? A taycation. And stay at the participating Marriott Bonvoy location and enjoy $50 hotel credit towards food and beverage. They said enjoy themed cocktails, bites with friends before the big concert at their Mary Mary bar in Orlando, which is a pop-up bar. Oh, and they have a pop-up bar in Aventura where you can do that too. But I'll see. I'm guessing it's one way because, I mean, one way. Orlando to Miami is already expensive enough. So.
I was going to say, it's $100 each way as it is.
So yeah, 200 is a lot, I think, to me. You could drive down there. I mean, maybe spend for Orlando, tank of gas.
Well, yeah, but they're selling the experience, right? Isn't that the idea, the whole idea behind it, right?
And then I'm sure they'll have a shuttle from Fort Lauderdale to get you over to the stadium. I would assume, unless they say no, you're on your own.
I would too. I mean, they do it for the Dolphins games.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, you would think they would have that. You get there, they're like, nah, no shuttle this year. Sorry, you guys. Taylor Swift, you're in Orlando. Get ready. Go up there.
Look at all the songs she has.
Wow. $400. Is Kelsey going to be on the train? Is he going to have his 87?
I don't know.
No, he's not going to be there? Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to see how much it costs. I think it's one way, but.
I assume it's one way. 209. I can't see
it. It has to be.
Yeah, It can't be a round trip. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We got Sammy Hagar tickets, man. Doobie Brothers tonight, by the way. They're going to be performing live. I know we gave those tickets away. It's going to be a great show with Michael McDonald. But today, Sammy Hagar at 11:45 and so much more in the Penthouse. We'll come back with This Day in History, a trifecta, and a lot more. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
People are mourning the end of the vehicle. First, it was the muscle car dying, and now it's gas-powered vehicles, at least in California by 2035. Here's what you got to think if you're like, well, that's just California. We're free in Florida. We ain't going to do that here. Kiss my ass. If you... I didn't mean to get so aggressive.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
A decent drive along your expressways this morning. 95 at the Turnpike, currently accident-free, flowing freely as well. We do have some road work here on Okeechobee Boulevard west on Haverhill Road that'll be blocking your right lane. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Hey, it's the Greek, Monroe's of Palm Beach. Wizards and Wands, huge event, 500 cash prizes for the best costume, plus prize raffles all night long. Monroe's of Palm Beach, open till 5 a.m. It's Saturday, July 13th, Wizards and Wands. It's a big event. Stop by. You'll see a beautiful lady, enjoy a great night, and open till 5 a.m. It's Wizards and Wands with 500 cash on the line. Monroe's is open 7 days a week, and they're open at 5 a.m. with beautiful ladies all the time. The magic is there every night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
When the going gets tough, the tough get StormSmart. Since 1996, StormSmart has simplified the process of protecting your home. Our storm catcher screens and shutters are designed and manufactured here in Florida. Along with impact windows and doors, StormSmart ensures your experience from purchase through installation is seamless. We know what it takes to keep your home safe, livable, and beautiful. Because Smart is making it easy to protect your home. And Smart is simple. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
You scaled the sheer cliff face, battling frostbite, running low on oxygen. The wind pierced your skin, and every inch was agony. You reached heights no other human had before, while getting nowhere at airport security. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling action titles on Audible.
Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or federal alternative minimum tax.
The stock market Inflation continues to be a challenge for retail. Let's face it, investing can feel pretty scary and overwhelming these days, especially if you're retired or close to retirement, which is why you should consider investing in municipal bonds from Hennian & Walsh. Municipal bonds can provide a source of federally tax-free retirement income, plus an investment in municipal bonds is an investment in America. Municipal bonds help finance major civil projects across the country, like the Golden Gate Bridge and Hoover Dam, as well as local roads, bridges, and schools. Call 1-800-761-9761 right now for our informative free bond guide and learn how you can earn tax-free retirement income while investing in America's future. Just dial 1-800-761-9761 for the free Hennian & Walsh bond guide. There's no cost and no obligation. 1-800-761-9761.
Hennian & Walsh Inc., member of FINRA and SIPC.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Duffy's Sports Grill is your headquarters for all the summer soccer action. Enjoy ice-cold 2-for-1 drinks, 7 new exciting menu items, including sandwiches, sliders, and tacos. Don't forget about Duffy's fan favorites, including half-pound certified Angus beef burgers, fall-off-the-bone baby back ribs, fresh salads, and delicious pastas. With over 80 TVs at every location, you'll never miss a goal! Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more.
At Duffy's, our game is always on.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. for a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
Gotta be fresh. At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy as we continue to move through our Wednesday. Really hazy out there for us as well because of all that Saharan dust in place. A hot day with highs near 90 degrees. Could feel close to the triple digits, though, with the humidity. We will see the chance of a few scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. And we're back near 90 degrees again for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% on your choice of any 3 or more A.O. Smith water heaters. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Thanks for always tuning in. Sammy Hagar, baby. That's going to be a great show. Your chance at 11:45. Also, $1,000. You get 13 chances a day for that. WWGD, live coming at you. Put on your catcher's mask today. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hey.
And now it's time for this day in history and a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creaky Trifecta.
I've said for years, if your team's losing, what do? You don't bitch, you bet against them. The Yankees lost again last night to Tampa, 5-3. Last 20 games, they're 5-15. They are in a tailspin. Cashman went to Tampa yesterday to sit down with them and talk to them, but they're just not getting good pitching right now, getting to the bullpen too early. And Soto's off a little, and a couple of big injuries. Add that all together, 20 games, you win 5 and you lose 15. So hopefully it'll bounce back. Wimbledon today. Djokovic plays tonight. The Joker, and he is favorite in round 3 of Wimbledon. We'll see how he does. Remember, he said a couple things to the crowd yesterday when he won, so we'll see how they treat him tonight if they give him a little static. And Tom Brady's ownership with the Raiders will go to vote on October. He needs 24 yeses out of the 32 owners for it to go to a yes. One of the things that's standing in the way is that Brady is working for Fox. And that could be an issue in a couple articles I read, because Brady would now, if he's an owner, he would know certain things about teams when he is producing shows and being on the air for Fox, and that could give maybe the Raiders an advantage, was one of the things that was mentioned. Also, Richard Seymour is going to be involved with him, another former NFL player who played with Brady. He's also going to be part of this. They will own 10% of Raiders, but he does need 24 votes, yes. But being on Fox, some people are not happy about that, and he does feel that he will get an advantage when he's at different games week to week and maybe know some inside information. So we'll see what happens with that. That is your Greeks trifecta. First one of the day. Over to Jimmy for This Day in History.
On this day in history.
All right, you're going to want to take notes today.
All right. Wait,
or not.
Do you have a piece of paper?
131 years ago is where we're going to start, in 1893. And boy, I never would have imagined it happened that far ago. Trailblazing physician Daniel Hale Williams successfully performs one of the world's first open heart surgeries at Providence Hospital in Chicago. Not only is he a pioneer of the procedure, he is also one of just 3 black physicians practicing in Chicago at that time. How about that? Open heart surgery in 1893. I never would have thought that was happening then.
I thought this started like 75.
Yeah, something. Well, 99 years ago today.
I love you just said well.
Right.
Well,
99 years ago today, 1925, the Scopes monkey trial began in Dayton, Tennessee. That's when John Scopes was eventually found guilty of teaching evolution at public schools and fined $100. Jump ahead to 1962. This is where our television and cell phone nonsense started. Telstar 1, the first communication satellite to transmit live television signals and telephone conversations across the Atlantic Ocean, was launched, inaugurating a new age in electronic communications. The Beatles are our next stop. 1964, they released their album A Hard Day's Night, which included their hits, of course, And I Love Her and Can't Buy Me Love.
That's not
Want to
true.
bet?
That is not true. You can buy love.
59 years ago today, 1969, we have another Rolling Stone, or music one with the Rolling Stones. They topped the U.S. charts for the very first time with their single, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. I got news about a Stones concert, too.
Ooh.
45 years ago today, 1979, Chuck Berry was sentenced to 4 months in prison for tax evasion. He underpaid $200,000 on his 1973 tax return. Uncle Sam's always looking. 35 years ago today, 1989. I don't usually do deaths, but boy, I tell you what, Mel Blanc, he was one of the best, right, in his day. The man of 1,000 voices, as they say. He passed away in L.A. at 81 years young, along with all the Looney Tune characters like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Speedy Gonzales, Foghorn Leghorn, and Yosemite Sam. Mel Blanc also was the voice for Barney Rubble and Dino on the Flintstones.
wow.
And
I
many
know all
others.
of
That's
that.
that's not even
insanity.
Yeah, that's just touching his whole resume. 35 years ago today, in 1989, the Monkees got their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Hey.
Hey.
We're the monkeys. You're supposed to end it. You're supposed to finish it.
And we keep on.
Let's start again.
And we keep on.
Start again. Good.
Hey.
We're the monkeys.
Thank you.
People say we're monkey around. We're too busy playing. Go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry.
23 years ago today, in 2001, Harrison Ford swooped down in a private helicopter to rescue a 13-year-old Utah boy, Boy Scout, I should say, by the name of Cody Clausen, who was lost in Yellowstone National Park. Remember that? That was big news.
I don't remember that. Every time I heard about him flying, we were like,
was
stop
crashing,
flying.
Usually a crash.
Stop flying.
I got on a plane one time. He was on. I got nervous. I'm like, oh my God, you're not flying, are you?
I am out of here. Finally, 14 years ago today, Carrie Underwood found love. She married hockey player Mike Fisher from the Nashville Predators. And that's what happened on this day, July 10th, in our history.
That woman, I will say, has the best legs in the industry.
Damn right she does.
Oh, my God.
I always look to see what Sunday Night Football is going to be. 'Cause,
and she wears those little short Daisy Dukes, and it's just like, I'm like, girlfriend?
Yeah. And you know what's funny? She must have had a great plastic surgeon, because remember she had that car, was it a car accident? What was it? She had some accident. She had a bunch of scars on her face.
Yeah, she looks fantastic.
Man, I tell you what, I'm sure makeup can have something to do with it, boy.
I've seen her all natural.
She's not, she doesn't wear a lot typically.
No.
And they did a great job, because I can't see any scarring.
And it's not like they changed her face or anything,
No.
right? Like, yeah, she's.
No.
Look up her legs if you haven't seen them. You'll be very impressed.
That too.
So you want me to look up her legs?
Look up, like Google.
I was like, wow, I'll be impressed. I'm
Google
like,
Carrie Underwood's legs,
right.
and you'll be like, wow.
If I ever meet her, I'm going to be Franny told me to look up your legs. I'll be very impressed.
I
Are you
Googled her
ready?
legs a couple of times.
Are you ready?
I didn't say Google to her legs.
Franny told me to look up your legs. I'll be impressed. Jimmy, you had something that a little jocked my rock. Rolling Stone news about a concert? Are they coming here?
It's something that, let me find the story here. So something that happened at a Rolling Stones concert. A woman saved a man's life at a Rolling Stones concert at Gillette Stadium. This happened up North Shore. Man, he was him and his wife were at the concert there at Gillette Stadium. And it hadn't started yet, but they got the music going, right? So anyway, the poor dude, he had a heart attack. And someone else, a lady was there and started to administer CPR on him right away. Saved the dude's life.
Fantastic.
And really lucky, too. I think the guy was about like 75 years old. Come to find out, he had like 95% of one artery was blocked, 70% of the other. But I kid you not, while she was doing it, somebody had made note that the song "Start Me Up" was playing.
Wow.
It was like a warm-up song.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
I heard that story. I didn't read that part. That's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fun that she had a heart, whatever. You know what I mean?
That's 2 in the last 3 minutes.
That's
hilarious.
I didn't mean it was fun like that.
I think we got a drop where I say something. Franny goes, that's hilarious.
That's ironic.
That's ironic. That's so apropos.
Even better. Here's the guy talking about it.
I slumped back in my seat, and my eyes rolled back, as I've been told, and I was actually foaming at the mouth.
Oh,
my wife started saying, help, help, and then she helped.
That's great.
And boy, did she help. Within split seconds, a woman 2 rows over noticed that I was in trouble and began administering CPR on me immediately. I think I give her a big hug.
Hug?
A very big hug, and thank her.
Doesn't know who it is, obviously. He was unconscious. They took him to the hospital, and a couple days later, they did a double bypass or something on him. So they were able to save his life, but obviously her initial reaction getting to him right away. But I saw this in 2 separate articles, the whole thing about the Start Me Up, which fortunately he's alive.
God.
He's better. So I mean,
So now we
I
can
don't
laugh
mind
at
joking about it a little bit, but the fact that that song was playing while that happened is really kind of weird. But he's looking for her. He wants to find out who it is so that he can thank her.
With
and
the
I don't blame him.
power of social media, she'll be found.
Yeah.
I
would
believe
imagine.
so.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
they said that she just hopped over a couple seats to
God
take
bless.
action and do CPR. Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. And it's a nice story. You know, a lot of times you talk about stuff that happens that's bad. Here's a great story that probably won't get a lot of airtime. I'm glad we brought it up, and just unbelievable.
Yeah, I did see it on like a national news type of source, so maybe that'll get out there. But obviously, it's a local, story for Foxborough in that area up there in New England. So since the show was at Gillette Stadium, and I'm glad that he's good. I'm glad that it all seemed to work out here in the end. So hopefully he can find her and they can reunite. That'd be cool.
Imagine the only thing that story needed was Tom Brady. Tom Brady was sitting there.
So Tom Brady drove the ambulance to the hospital.
There it is. With Robert Kraft.
With Robert Kraft.
And Belichick was in the back with his girlfriend. And he's like, Belichick supposedly has never been happier. People are saying he's so happy this girl showed him aspects of life he didn't even know, and he might not ever go back to coaching. He said he's found out that life is just not football. So, Will You Marry Me, Bill, might be the song that's going to be playing. Yeah, this is what Belichick's saying. People who know him, they're reporting that. Love can do that to you.
Good for him.
It could be the greatest thing in the world and the worst thing in the world. But Bill's doing it, and so far he's having a good time, and he's happy. So hats off to Bill.
He is smitten, as they would say.
Yeah. Franny, you had something about the average amount of hours about people just feeling...
Yeah. We're tired, G-Man.
You're telling me.
Tired. So I love how they find out because just how many hours a year people are just like, I'm tired. And I know you're listening right now.
And you're
like,
tired.
And you're tired. Exactly.
Who does this job? Call people. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, buddy? How many hours today were you tired?
Let's see. It's about 4 hours, 29 minutes, and 32 seconds.
All right. Well, let's average that out for a year. But yes, Americans feel tired an average of 4 hours a day. So you were that
That's
far
pretty good. Was that a guess?
That's it.
Wow.
But yeah, 4 hours a day. And let's say, do you find yourself yawning every day, no matter how much you sleep? Americans are very tired, according to new research, and they find the average person feels tired around 4 hours a day. That means we spend 1,460 hours every single year feeling tired. And I love this. The average person says, I'm tired out loud 3 times a day.
Yeah, I could hear that.
Yeah?
I can see that.
I'm tired. Almost a third say they feel more tired than average. Even after a good night's sleep, a third of respondents always or often still feel tired.
I said it last night. I was out late, and I was like, I'm tired. And I said, I could say it 2 more times.
All right. I want to keep that average going.
I just want to let you guys know. I can say it 2 more times.
Yeah, but they say almost 60% admit that tiredness has caused them to avoid social interactions, going out. They just want to stay in.
Sure.
34% skipping events that they plan on going to. And even 27% cancel plans with friends or families because of being exhausted.
I hear that a lot from people.
Yeah, they say the feeling doesn't stop with the work week, as the average American spends more than a quarter of their weekend resting and recuperating from the week before, which is their work week. It's not even like they're partying. They're getting exhausted from their daily grind at work.
Commuting, your job, money, issues,
hookers. It's a lot. I mean, that definitely wears you out.
I don't know how you always just slide in hookers. Well, being tired slows them down. 35
Never gets old.
I know. 35% confess they rarely or never think about what's causing it. They just deal with it, not thinking about maybe it's a lack of sleep, because sometimes you don't realize that you're not getting solid rest.
I wonder if this has anything to do with it. And I'm looking at my cell phone.
Social media and phone.
Screen time, just screen time in general.
That in
you
general,
could say,
you are
right?
right.
Television, laptop, computer screen, phone. You know?
I mean, one of the things you could do if you're having issues with your phone or looking at it, like Jimmy just said, because I agree, is like for my phone, every Sunday it gives you a readout of how much you've been on your phone. And if it says above average, then maybe, you look at it and say, man, I was on the phone.
But don't you want to be above average? Just kidding.
I don't think of that.
And this is, to me, was surprising that only 5% of people talk to their doctor about it, about constantly feeling tired.
Because they don't think it's really anything wrong.
Or you may not get a good response. I had that problem. I talked to my doctor. She told me to drink more coffee.
Yeah, well, see,
and
that's
really
unfortunate.
This is the advice?
That's unfortunate because you should be able to talk to him. I've done that before where I was just like, I feel more exhausted than I normally do. And normally I have a lot of energy, and lately I've been really tired, and I have. And so they will maybe run like your thyroid levels or something like that. Like they should be checking things, especially if it's something out of the ordinary, right? Like, yes, like you, Jimmy. I'm surprised your doctor told you to drink more coffee.
I mean, this was a couple of years ago and everything, but no, I don't see that doctor anymore.
Or your cortisol level, should I say, not thyroid.
I mean, we did do a blood workup, and the rest of it looks good. So I don't know what it is, but
interesting.
For me, a good night's sleep is that I don't see the thing that they're going to update my TV, because I'm usually up for that, like 4 o'clock in the morning on Xfinity. It always says, we're updating your TV, and it goes blank for like 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's never happened to me.
Because you're probably sleeping right through it. You don't know. The TV's not on.
That's true.
Yeah, so...
you should put the sleep thing on your TV.
Oh, my God, you're so right.
To the timer.
You're so right. But that would be easy. But then I can't bitch about it.
Well, you'll find a way. That I have no doubt.
I appreciate that. Got to say your life sucks. Remember that every day.
Somebody says that, according to our text line at 47142, because we were talking about Carrie Underwood, they said she fell while she was walking her dogs. That's how she got her injuries.
Wow.
I thought it was an accident or something more than that. But, okay, well, anyway.
Maybe over one of the leashes.
But the point was that there were injuries to her face.
Mm-hmm.
No, she looks fantastic. Yeah. She really does. And I'm going to take Franny's advice if I ever meet her. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
By the way, right now, go to realradio921.com. When that window pops up, enter the keyword GREEN, GREEN. You got about 5 more minutes to be in the running for this hour's $1,000. Don't forget that. Get that keyword at the top of each hour.
Who doesn't want $1,000? Jimmy, I knew you had something on failed wedding proposals, a category I'm not in. I wish I was. Where a couple people said no. Probably would have saved me a ton of money.
Well, it's one of my favorite places to go to. I love seeing these stories just because they're fun to look at. And, people share them because even though they can be kind of heartbreaking in one way, maybe they'll save you for something. But this was failed wedding proposals. And I'll start out with the one that I saw. And this was actually a video. And I felt really bad for this guy. So it was a big open area that like a fountain in, I don't know, I want to say Germany or something like that. Okay. And, a bunch of people are sitting around. There's like steps to go down to it. And I don't know, it had to be 50, maybe 100 people, just sitting around. One of those type of things, nice view in the back. And some dude got down and he went to propose to her. And she immediately put her hands in her face, up to her face, started crying and ran away from the dude and ran up the stairs. And it's in front of everybody. And of course, how we saw it is somebody was filming it just a spectator. Mm-hmm. Poor guy. So... But, and of course, that was on social media because that's what we do. We try to humiliate people. But here's another bunch of scenarios that people were willing to share. And some of them were first person and some were in a third person form. Here's this one. My 7th grade teacher brought his girlfriend to school to propose to her in front of our entire class.
Why?
And she said no.
Oh, man.
It was the topic of discussion almost every day that year. He ended up moving to a different school at the end of the year.
Because the students were talking smack.
Mm-hmm. These are failed wedding proposals. Here's another one. She was graduating with her master's. I still had about 2 years left to get my PhD. I floated the idea privately, and she said, if you ask me formally, I will say yes. But if you really love me, give me a year to prove to myself I can live on my own. I said, okay, no problem. She moved to her new job in New Jersey. The next I heard, she was engaged to another dude.
Oh, that sucks.
I took that as another bullet dodged, another life lesson learned.
Wow.
Here's another one. My mom's boyfriend proposed to her 3 months into dating.
Crazy.
She felt like it was too soon in a relationship to talk about marriage. He accepted her no, but said he wouldn't ask again, and he hasn't. They've been together for 25 plus years.
Wow.
They're just not married. How about that one? That actually ended up being sort of a successful story,
they're
right?
still together.
Mhm. Here's one. It's just simply put. She told me no, but wait a while and ask again. And if I think I will if it'll be yes, we'll still be married. That's a weird way that they worded that. We were in high school. We were high school sweethearts, on and off again through college. And after 9 years in total, we planned a trip. And as we left, she said, I hope you aren't going to ask me to marry you. The ring stayed in the bag, and I tried to enjoy the awkward trip.
Wow.
I was devastated. She got married to someone about 6 months after that. Someone else. Mhm.
So she must have been with homeboy,
Yep,
right?
yep.
She had to have been with another dude.
Probably. Here's another one. We dated for 3 years. He was, I thought, the love of my life. I locked eyes with him. And as I was about to open my mouth and say, will you marry me? He said, we need to break up.
Oh, no.
He
But
had met
the words didn't come out yet, though.
someone else.
The words didn't come out.
Words didn't come out
I mean,
yet.
it's still,
so at
it
least,
still hurts,
yeah,
but.
at least she didn't have that humiliation of, oh, you want to get married? No, I want to break up. And I'll finish with this one. I got another one, too, that I memorized. A good friend of mine who was only 19 at the time heard from her parents that her boyfriend of about 4 months was going to propose at midnight, New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah.
So it was going to be in front of the entire family. She was terrified because she didn't want to say yes. So I played along to help her out. I called her at 11:58 and I kept her on the phone for like 10 minutes afterwards, just telling her dumb stories and jokes and things like that, just to keep her preoccupied so that her boyfriend wouldn't ask her at midnight to propose to her. Never happened. The guy just was like, I missed my opportunity, so it just didn't happen.
Okay.
So that was a somewhat third person that failed wedding proposal. I did read another one on there, too. It was very long and elaborate, but the idea behind it was this dude had set up where both families were going to be at this restaurant, and he had a couple of alcoholic drinks, a pina colada for her specifically, with the ring inside at the bottom of the cup.
So crazy.
For her to do. And when he went to give her the drink, she didn't want the drink, and she kept refusing the drink, and it almost caused a little bit of a fight. So she walked
drink
out.
the damn drink.
Yeah. So she walked out, and then when they were able to kind of get things back together, he had gone in and taken the ring out, and then she was just too mad, and she stormed off. So that one just didn't. That was another fail that was out there. There's a lot more to that story.
Putting it in food and drinks, is that
No,
you just
it's risky.
It is. It's very risky.
People do it in champagne.
What if they drink it?
Yeah. Or they just
eat
go,
it.
I don't like champagne. They toss it. And the waiter walks by the train, and there it goes.
Yeah.
It'll get you.
Exactly. Failed wedding proposals. You have any stories? Let us know. 47142. Start off that text with Real Radio or Jimmy at realradio921.com.
There was a guy and a girl about, I think, last year, Marlins game. And he asked her, or was a baseball game, and he asked her, on the scoreboard, and she said no. I remember that story because I think it's like $100 to do that.
Those are the ones that, matter of fact, when I first saw the headlines for this, and for on BuzzFeed, that's what I thought it would be, a bunch of those, like public ones like that were just super fails. They were at a football game or something like that. There weren't too many of those, but we've seen those a couple times. Or even the ones where they do say yes, and you think to yourself, what if she said no?
Oh, yeah. I was out with a buddy of mine, and it was 4 couples having dinner. And he asked her to get married to a girl in front of all of us. And she said no.
Yeah,
that was
that's
bad.
rough. Yeah.
I remember him telling me like a couple minutes before, and I'm like, "Oh man, good luck."
I don't know.
I don't think that's good. I think that should be you and the person.
Yeah.
Just my opinion, because if it goes wrong,
unless you know, unless you know for sure, almost like you've already asked, but you're just recreating it.
You Gotta know. Guys, girls, I know sometimes girls propose. You have to have that talk. You gotta know that this person wants to marry you. You've had conversations about marriage. You've had
real
about
conversations.
engagements. Real ones, not just during sex.
Yeah, just
real
like,
ones.
hey, you want to get married? Yeah, sure.
Real ones, because it could end up in heartbreak. You might not get the answer you want to hear.
And it's rare that it happens like everything else where, the person says no and you keep dating.
And then you still remain together, right?
Yeah.
Because it just feels so awkward.
Yeah, and I think it's so hurtful, too. Because, again, like when you hear some of these stories, like you just had one in a story, which, I find hard to believe, but it's true, where one is asking to get married and the other one's breaking up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
talk about not knowing the
am I wrong
room,
in saying that? No,
right?
I mean, like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you walk in for your boss and you go, hey, how you working on my raise? No, today's your last day.
Yeah,
Like, what? I mean, it's just, that's what I find odd. Where it's like you're asking somebody to get married and they're
People
breaking
out of
up.
touch, they're not.
You're right.
Yeah, that's right. Couples that aren't in sync,
engaged, or even talking to each other every day. I knew one of my buddies does this all the time, and maybe it's a good thing. He always asks his girl, "Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy?"
That's very smart.
Yeah, he always asks her. They've been together a long time. They're not engaged or married, but he does ask her a lot.
I mean, not a constant, but it should be something that's asked.
And not saying that, I hope that it's more like how are things good. It's more casual. That are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy?
Yeah, he says it like he said, like once a month. He'll be asking
things
like,
good.
Are we good? You and I, yada yada yada, whatever. Which is nice. I mean, if you do, most people I would say don't do that. You just think, somebody's with you, you're having a good time, everything's good.
Well, you kind of assume that, either it's good or bad or, up and down or whatever. Right?
Yeah. And I think you also look at it, if say there's fighting going on or, you could feel tension.
Keyword being assume, which is bad.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And then you might feel like somebody's happy, having a good time, and they're like, hey, I'm out.
I'm doing good. She must be good. Right?
What's going on? What's not to be happy?
Yeah, exactly.
It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. I wish I was in that category, to be honest with you. Failed proposals. But I never went there, so you never know. It could be another chance. We'll come back with some Florida stories and so much more. Peace.
Got something to say? We'll listen.
Hello.
Call now. 877-927-6969.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe it. Woo! Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Hey, good morning. Checking out an accident here on the Turnpike northbound after Atlantic Avenue, currently blocking your right lane. Make sure you stay to the left of this one. Heavy delays along the approach 95, currently accident-free. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Russo.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Has a loved one left you a classic car to sell? Introducing GMTVCC.com. Give Me the Ben's new classic and collector car buying service. Whether it's a 1988 Fox Body Mustang or your granddad's 1985 square body Chevy truck, GMTVCC.com has got you covered. Their experienced pro buyers will appraise and offer real money for your classic or collector car, and you get paid now. No consignments, no auctions, just quick and easy cash. And they love resto mods. That's only at GMTVCC.com. Give Me the Ben's new division for classic and collector cars.
This July 26th through 28th, get ready for an event that will inspire and empower Christians across America. The Believers Summit is coming to West Palm Beach, Florida. This summit is more than just a gathering. It's a mission to stand courageously for truth, embracing the Here I Am spirit of readiness and obedience to God's call. Join an inspiring lineup of speakers including Charlie Kirk, Jensen Franklin, Ali Stuckey, Eric Metaxas, Sage Steele, and many more. Register now for 25% off using code WPBLOCAL at tpusafaith.com/believers.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah! Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah, 5 years! It's 5 years of gig speed internet. High five for gig speed. 5 years of advanced security. Security win. And 5 years of a great rate that won't change. Our rate ain't changing. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. There it is. He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Woohoo! Now he's got savings. I'm so excited. Yep. Dave's feeling it, but it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business. And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, Navage. Breathe easy.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth, soft rock. Just open the app, search Yacht Rock, and listen now. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
Millions of kids in America depend on the meals they get at school. When school's out for the summer, many of those meals disappear. Kids and teens can get free meals right in their neighborhoods, provided by local schools and community groups. To find the nearest meal site for your children, just text the word food to 304-304 or go online to nokidhungry.org/help. No questions asked or registration required. This service is made possible by No Kid Hungry.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own?
Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy as we continue to move through our Wednesday. Really hazy out there for us as well because of all that air and dust in place. A hot day with highs near 90 degrees. Could support some triple digits though with the humidity. We will see the chance of a few scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. And we're back near 90 degrees again for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Need a quick oil change? Hi, I'm Keaton, driving to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You can stay in your car for a quality oil change in about 15 minutes. No appointment needed. We make it easy. Drive in, drive out, drive happy. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. Score $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword money at realradio921.com. That's money. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Wednesday. Don't forget, in this hour, you got another chance to win $1,000. Sammy Hagar tickets at 11:45. Sammy's a cool guy. I wouldn't mind hanging out with him. Maybe smoking a cigar, playing pinochle, something. And also WWGD. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hola.
And this is a slice of some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, when you are entering or exiting Florida, you may notice something different the next time you cross that state line. New signs have been put up. They were put up last week. As you leave the state, now there's a sign that says, hurry back to the free state of Florida. And when you come back into the state, you'll see a sign that reads, welcome to the free state of Florida.
It should say, don't come. We have enough people. Get out.
Well,
leave.
It's not what it says.
It's hot. We got mosquitoes the size of bowling balls.
Those are the ones we want. We want the visitors.
So, yes, they are saying, yep, brand new signs have, and I guess I haven't crossed state lines, but if you have, since last week, I wonder if you've noticed it or not, the difference in signs.
I saw it last week. I went past Super.
Nobody believes that.
Nor is that near the border. Almost there, though. You're almost there. It's Jupiter, Port St. Lucie, Jacksonville, Georgia.
That's why I like you, Jimmy. You always make me feel good. Oh, my God. Where are we? South Carolina?
Now, this is interesting. A cybersecurity expert commends Florida's approach to a recent data breach. There was hackers that got into the Florida Department of Health's vital statistics system, and ever since then, people have been unable to access their birth and death certificates online. They said there's no word on how much the hackers want, where they're from, or when the systems will be restored, but the chief product officer for Threat Locker in Maitland, and he said that Florida officials should stick to their policy of not paying the ransom. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
He was saying paying ransom is a slippery slope, and if nobody paid, there'd be no such thing as ransomware because it wouldn't pay to do it. So there is still an issue, though. They're saying if you are trying to access your birth certificate, but how do you get it back if you don't pay the ransom? The guy, they're defending him for not doing it. But yeah, they said many, many people are dealing with delays when it comes to getting these vital records.
That sucks.
Yep. Then next up in your What the Florida, we have a guy that police are looking for. And the reason why? It's another dude who enjoys exposing himself on Ring doorbell cameras. And this one happened in Port St. Lucie. Dozens of Port St. Lucie neighbors are disturbed to learn about this incident. It wasn't you, was it? You put your hands up. Like, oh, okay, good. It doesn't look like you. I'm looking. It doesn't.
Pump for the
pizzle.
Looks like you got the gold medal. You're like, yes, Port St. Lucie.
Yeah. Of course, I love this. They're like, it's totally unacceptable. Nobody needs to see that. One of the residents there, James Lee, the homeowner did not want to go on camera, but said the incident happened to him Sunday at 2:14 in the morning. This happened at the 1400 block of Southwest Edinburgh Drive, if you're familiar with that. They were talking about 20 of the neighbors near that place, and they said, yeah. And all of them were uncomfortable speaking about the incident, but hoped an arrest would be made very soon. Like, it's scary, and if we do see him again, and I hope that the police are around to get him before we do.
So he's just walking up the doorbell cameras and exposing himself?
And exposing his junk right there, right to the camera.
It's terrible.
He's shirtless, too.
Oh,
and, the neighborhood is full of kids, and this is something that is not tolerable. We don't want to see this, and hopefully the guy does not come back again. Port St. Lucie police believe this is an isolated incident, and they may know the man in the video, but no arrests have been made yet, at least as I'm reporting this.
His face covered?
You can see his face.
Yeah, so
you can.
Should be able to track that.
They say that they have
down.
identified a person of interest, and our detectives are following up on the development. So hopefully he will be caught and come to justice. But what is wrong with people? 20!
He's whacked.
Just going up and just like,
He's
hey,
whacked, Jack.
Want to see my dog?
Well, or drunk or on drugs or something. So.
Maybe he wants to just meet people.
Speaking of drunk, Florida woman seen on body camera video trying to top off her gas tank during a DUI traffic stop.
Is that a pun? Some sort of euphemism?
It's not. Yeah, Sergeant Moore.
Topping off the tank.
Sergeant Moore with Marion County stopped a woman's vehicle because she was speeding, and they said erratic driving, reaching speeds of 100 miles per hour. The driver, Christina Bermudez, eventually pulled into a gas station where the cops were following with sirens on, lights on, everything, where she attempted to fill up her gas tank.
Yeah. Hold on. We'll go back in a minute.
Yeah, they said completely oblivious to the traffic stop. Wow. In the video, she claims to have noticed the police lights behind her she claimed to have not noticed police lights behind her because it's so dark out.
That's
when you should
can
see him the most.
He wasn't paying attention.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Before exiting her vehicle, she claimed to not have had anything to drink, but she was missing a shoe. So that's why she was driving erratically. I'm missing a shoe. I can drive normal.
Problem.
Yeah, they said after stepping out of her car, she began to open her fuel tank before deputies stopped her. And they're like, ma'am, don't undo that. You're not getting gas right now. And she was like, yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm on empty.
So then when they questioned her more, she said, well, maybe I had a beer. Seemed like way more than that. So she was arrested and taken to jail, where she did provide a breath sample. And I don't think one beer gets you at 0.191. I just don't think it does.
Nope.
One beer.
Nope.
And
several.
That is your What the Florida.
Great job there, Francis. We do it twice a show, 11:05 and 1:05. Don't forget, in this hour, Sammy Hagar, you're going to have an opportunity to get tickets for him. And you do have an opportunity 13 times a day to win $1,000.
Jimmy at realradio921.com is the email address. We got this one in. Our buddy Evan wrote in talking about how, down here we have the Waffle House effect.
Yes.
And that is it, if there's a storm coming or something like that, you wait to see, how long the Waffle House stays open, because they obviously stay open as long as possible. Apparently they have the same thing out in Texas. It's Whataburger, though, instead of Waffle House.
The Whataburger outage map they've been using.
Yeah. They've been using that to follow Hurricane Beryl. Is it Beryl?
Beryl.
And they showed a map of eastern Texas where the many Whataburgers are located. There was about 30% that were still open. 1 million people are still without power. I've been seeing some of those headlines, too, on the TV as we go by, as updates are coming in.
Houston just gets blasted so much during these storms. I really do. But, yeah.
It's funny because Florida has, like, this reputation, right? Because with this, the peninsula sitting down there, and we've had a bunch. But I tell you what, eastern Texas, that whole, the area that's exposed there to the Gulf, boy, they get hit quite a bit, too.
But even the west side of Florida, I mean, it's that whole little Gulf area.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Whataburger, bold statement statement. Never had it. Been dying to have it because my sister claims she went through a thing. She does a lot of Instagram videos where she cooks and stuff like that.
Okay.
And she also will compare different restaurant foods. And she did this with the fast food, and she did it with In-N-Out Burger and Whataburger.
Right.
And you know how much people love In-N-Out.
In-N-Out, yeah.
She says Whataburger blew it out of the water.
No kidding.
Yeah, but I don't think we have any close to us. Or in the state, do we?
Whataburgers? I don't know if we do.
Central.
I know we don't have In-N-Out, right? That's all west.
Yes, we definitely
west
don't have
side of
In-N-Out, but Whataburger maybe Central North Florida. I know we don't have any here.
All right, the other day, something happened pretty big with the running back for Oklahoma State. He got pulled over, got a DUI. Gordon, he is the best running back in college football. He's supposed to have an unbelievable year. So his coach said he's not going to get suspended at all, and there's no time off for him. People were a little surprised, but yesterday they had a press conference. And I like this coach, but this is not a great comment. And that was part of the surprise. But the second part of the surprise is he was like, I can't suspend them for something that I've done 1,000 times, have 2 or 3 beers. And this guy's been there 20 years, very good coach. If you don't know who he is, you can look him up. He was the guy years ago when he would go after the media and say, hey, I'm 40 years old. I'm a man. Go after me. But, he said, I can't go after him for something that I've done, 1,000 times in my life, had 1 or 2, 3 beers. And everybody's all over him about it. So then he came back later and he said, talked about it and tried to clear it up. But, I mean, the kid's the best running back in the college football, if not the best, top 3. So he wasn't sitting. But, man, it was just not a great comment about a head coach and for the program and for the school. It's all over social media. People are talking about it. Man, it's just not a great thing to say. I am surprised he would say that, but it's just not a great comment to say that you've done that 1,000 times, which is saying to a lot of people, you drive drunk. He said it was only a couple beers. But legally, if you're past the limit, you're drunk. And that's what a lot of people say all the time. Like, I'm not drunk, I'm just past the limit. Well, legally you are, and not a great comment by him to make. I'm seeing how this shakes out. He's there 20 years. I don't think he's going to get fired because he's there very, very long. But it's one of those situations where, man, you got to think what you're saying in today's world. Social media, everything. People are all over it. And again, if this kid was not a star running back, what happens to him? Maybe he does get suspended. But a lot of people thought he was going to get suspended, but not at all. So I thought it was a crazy comment to say as a coach. And again, as a coach, you are a leader. You're a role model. You're somebody in a great position to help these kids. And I think you got to tell them, like, hey, man, we can't do stuff like this. Whether you're not drunk or not, legally you are, and that's setting a bad example. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if his university is going to do anything, but just not a comment as a head coach. What do you guys think about that situation as a coach? Could have been better words, I guess.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beginning. He was the kid was busted for DUI.
DUI, Gordon. He's one of the best running backs in college football.
And the college was like, oh, I really can't give him any crap because I drink too.
Yeah, you don't defend that.
No.
You don't defend a DUI.
No.
Yeah. So he said that's something.
Maybe like disorderly intoxication. Like that it's still kind of pushing it. But to kind of be like, I drink beers too.
Yeah. He goes, I've had 1 or 2 beers.
It's not a good look.
Yeah, 1,000 times. But he's been there 20 years.
That's an apple and an orange.
Yes,
if you ask me. I mean, having a beer is one thing. Having a beer to the point where you're beyond what's legally allowed and you're getting behind the wheel is a different story.
And that's something, like I said, I go through with my friends, and they always say the same thing. I'm not drunk. I'm just over the limit. But you are. I mean, and that's the thing that people have to realize.
I'm not drunk. I'm just over the limit.
Like they say, I could drive. I'm good to drive.
But if they're saying they're over the limit, they're not.
But they're saying that it doesn't affect them. Maybe they could drink 8 or 9 beers and it doesn't really bother them.
Okay.
Or whiskey. I've heard people say it for a long time to me a lot of times. I'm good to drive, but you're over the limit, so you really.
But they even realize they're over the limit and they're still going behind the wheel.
Of course. I mean, a lot of people do. I mean, you know if you're over the limit. I mean, based on your weight. I mean, anybody. You have 2-3 drinks, you're over the limit. Unless you're, 250, 240, something like that. But not a great look for him. I like him as a coach. Then he came out with a statement after the fact and just said, you know what, it was taken out of content. So we'll see. I don't think he's going to get suspended or fired because he's been there 20 years. But just not a great thing for him to say, like I said, as a role model. My opinion. Not going to not like him.
Who's the coach?
Starts with a G. And it loses me. That's why I didn't mention his name. For Oklahoma State.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. But Yeah, just not a good situation at all. So the economy is definitely going up in a way, and I know, Jimmy, you had a story about the reason why it's going up, and it is a surprising thing that I saw that the group that's making it go up.
Well, baby boomers are really driving the U.S. economy right now. Americans 55 and over control nearly 70% of U.S. household wealth, up from 50% in 1989. Now, it is quite a while ago, so it's not like it's only been a couple years, but that is according to the Federal Reserve. The group's overall assets increased to a record $114 trillion by the end of last year, and that's up from $84 trillion just 4 years ago. But the key word there is assets, right? And we can't, wealth and assets are two different things. I mean, because that's everything that you own. Older Americans' dollars amount to 45% of U.S. personal spending, and that's where you start getting into the key elements here, at least in my opinion. 3 decades ago, that was only 29%. So, in other words, older Americans and boomers are the ones that are spending the money. Benefiting from gains in the stock market and housing market in recent years, they are accounting for a larger share of consumer spending. Much of their spending is going towards higher-end priced items, too, services, travel, healthcare, entertainment, putting further upward pressure on those prices and inflation. Such spending is relatively immune to the Federal Reserve's push to slow growth and tame inflation through higher borrowing rates, which is what they say, right? As far as, raising interest rates is what's supposed to curtail spending by Americans. Not something that I technically agree with, my own personal opinion, but it does slow the housing market a little bit, right? So
without doubt,
kind of helps that not as many people buy if it costs more to borrow money. So if that's the case, and prices may level off a little bit there in the housing market, and I think we've seen that happen over the course of the past couple of years as they've been raising interest rates and been going along those lines. But it hasn't stopped boomers from spending money, as they say, and we're up to about 70% of that. They're saying baby boomers are the richest retiring generation that we've ever had. Again, a lot of that stock markets, I'm sure. You've seen that, and I know I've seen that too. Even the house that I had, I bought it for one price, and it was, I think, we ended up selling it 20 years later, just as a small example. What about, I would say, 4 times as much, 5 times as much as when I bought it, right?
That's great.
And I think that's where a lot of that wealth we saw. But, Florida's we had that big housing boom down
big
here.
hike.
So,
a couple years ago.
And all over the country, too. Sure. But really, we saw a big hike down here.
Yeah, after COVID, we had so many people coming down here, supply and demand.
Yeah.
You put your house up.
Well, that's what was doing it, right? Demand was low, or demand was super high, supply was low. And of course the prices just shot up astronomically.
And you also had a bigger audience out there. Before you say you put your house up for sale, you might have locals, obviously, and some people, but you had thousands of people coming down here every day.
And
not even sight unseen. Houses were getting snatched up,
and foreign investments.
Yeah,
a lot of foreign investments.
So if you had the house, it's good for you, which is a good situation.
But outside of that, it seems like, boomers are the one with the money right now, and they're the ones that are driving the economy. They're the ones spending money the most, at least according to this report. And that sounds about right from everything that I've seen out there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely makes sense. If you had a home and you bought it years ago, like you said, you're going to have a nice windfall with the way things are. It is the Penthouse. Always having a good time with you guys. We appreciate it. We are going to come back in a few minutes with your chance to win tickets to Sammy Hagar. Don't forget, 13 times a day, you get a chance to win $1,000. That's always awesome. Who doesn't want $1,000? Some WWGD, all that is coming at you, and so much more in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
People are mourning the end of the vehicle. First it was the muscle car dying, and now it's gas-powered vehicles, at least in California by 2035. Here's what you got to think if you're like, well, that's just California. We're free in Florida. We ain't going to do that here. Kiss my ass. If you I didn't mean to get so aggressive.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Our
iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Hey, good morning. Checking out an accident here on the Turnpike northbound after Atlantic Avenue, currently blocking your right lane. Make sure you stay to the left of this one. Heavy delays along the approach 95, currently accident-free. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. Right now, make your garden pop for summer with savings on Miracle Grow 25 quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. While supplies last.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
Yikes! It's like a sauna in here. Isn't your garage supposed to keep your car protected from the summer heat so it's nice when you get in? This is like a giant brick oven with your car parked right where the pizza should be. If the point of a garage is to keep your car clean and comfortable all year round, how do you expect this leaky old tinfoil door to stand up to all that heat? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Garage doors should be insulated. If you love the door you have, we can add custom insulation to your existing bare metal panels. And if you're not so in love with the door you've got, we'll help you find a gorgeous new door with internally insulated panels to keep your garage cool and clean all summer long. And warm and clean all winter. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it nice. Tell you what, we'll bring you a pizza.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Should I be supporting my brain health?
There's a way to support your overall brain health, including memory, and it's called Nariva. Nariva Brain Health supplements have clinically tested ingredients that can support up to 7 indicators of brain health, including memory. Look for Nariva at Walmart today and feel the difference. Also try Nariva Ultra with clinically tested cognitive and feel mentally alert. Available at Walmart. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi, my name's Tim Forehand. I'm a deputy sheriff. In my job, keeping in shape is important. I've tried other products to get my weight down, but nothing has worked like Android 400. In just 3 months, I've dropped 51 pounds, down from 230 to 179. Plus, the weight's come off in the stomach area. I've gone from a snug 36-inch waist to a 32-inch waist, which I was in high school. I highly recommend the Android 400 to all my friends.
Guys, are you frustrated because no matter how hard you try, it seems impossible to lose stubborn belly fat? Then discover why thousands of men each month rely on Andro 400. Lose belly fat, gain energy and confidence, and feel great about yourself. Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey DQ fans, behold the DQ freezer. Not just an ordinary freezer, but an extraordinary freezer, holding all of the DQ Blizzard treat flavors of the past. Now it's opening its doors for the salted caramel truffle Blizzard treat, only at participating DQ locations.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Elf Beauty. While official NWSL games are on hold for the Olympic break, all 14 squads, minus their Olympic players, will compete in the first ever NWSL times Liga MX Femenil Summer Cup, beginning July 19th. Competition between the NWSL teams and the top 6 teams in Mexico's Liga MX will culminate in a title match in October. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcast.
When it comes to women in sports, Elf Beauty is all about leveling the playing field. The same goes for the boardroom, where Elf is one of only 4 publicly traded U.S. companies with a board that's 2/3 women and 1/3 diverse. Learn more at elfbeauty.com.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of Team USA, plus NBC's top Olympic moments, original Summer Games podcasts, and live hourly updates from the games in Paris on the iHeart app and right here on this station. Be sure you have the free iHeart app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
iHeartRadio. Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. You got a chance in a few minutes to win Sammy Hagar tickets. Great show. You guys are always want to thank you for listening to Real Radio. Doobie Brothers tonight. Don't forget about that. Michael McDonald with him. We gave tickets away for that during the week. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hi, what's up?
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creaky Trifecta.
All right, the Joker's playing in Wimbledon tonight, and it's going to be a good match. He is favorite, but I also want to see how the crowd handles him because after his last win 2 days ago, he spoke to the crowd and said, hey, man, if you're rooting against me, it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect me. So we'll see if they get on him tonight. Wimbledon is going on, and this is the semifinals. We'll see what happens. It's always a lot of fun with Wimbledon. It is their Super Bowl of tennis. Yankees lost again last night, went up to Tampa Bay. I told you to get in your car and go. Well, maybe you should just stay and have a good time because Yankees lost again. Last 20 games, they have lost 15 games. They're not playing good. They're limping into the All-Star game. They are 3 games behind the Baltimore Orioles. Marlins also got defeated last night as they lost to Houston, and the Mets lost to the Pirates. So not a good night for the teams that we root for locally. I know there's a lot of Yankee and Met fans there. Tampa Bay won. That's a good thing. But the Yankees, man, just having some serious problems, which is not a good thing, and hopefully it can turn it around. Tom Brady's ownership in the Raiders will go to vote in October with the NFL owners. There are 32 teams. He needs 24 to say yes for it to go through, and he'll get 10% of the Raiders, along with Richard Seymour, a teammate of his on the Patriots. But there is a little bit of a conflict. Brady working for Fox could be the issue. There was a couple articles said that by Brady working for Fox, he's going to get a lot of inside information about other teams when he's doing the broadcast every week, because he's going to spend 3 or 4 days at different cities and find out things that could be an advantage to the Raiders. I don't know if that's going to be an issue or not. They'll probably look into it. I don't think Brady's going to walk away from that deal he's got with Fox for $35 million. But it is something that was brought up, and we'll see how that shakes out. And will he be an owner? He'll know, I guess, in October. And that is your Greeks trifecta.
So we got a couple texts. People are pretty strong about the Whataburger. 47142 started off with Real Radio. I know Jimmy told me that they are, a lot of them in the Panhandle, North Florida. Somebody also texts says there's a Whataburger in Tallahassee. Our girl Sarah B says we have Whataburger here. She has yet to have a good burger from there. I've had it twice, wow. She said, LOL. And then, because I said my sister enjoyed the Whataburger better than In-N-Out. And then we got this heavy one. It says, Whataburger better than In-N-Out? Blasphemy. The only people who like Whataburger are inbred Texans. S-bomb is trash. I was like, wow, you went kind of heavy with that.
Yeah.
I kind of take offense to that because my sister is not an inbred from Texas.
Don't be saying that.
Jeez.
That was strong.
That was very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Jimmy would say, that escalated.
Yeah, it escalated.
Quickly.
I was like, yep, very much so. She's a beautiful person. She just enjoyed Whataburger the one time she ate it.
Just an opinion.
Jeez.
Just a viewpoint. Don't get mad.
Well, next time you're in North Florida, there's a bunch of them. Jacksonville, there's one. There's one over by...
I know who's not going to eat there.
Tallahassee, Panama City.
It's like sometimes when you say things about even restaurants or something, you were like, I went there. And if somebody had a bad experience, you'll like, don't go to the mattresses. That place sucks. I went there.
Well, it's so funny to read stuff like that, especially like in Jupiter Locals or Palm Beach Locals. Somebody has a bad experience and they blast it all over Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's
sucks.
especially for small businesses,
That
right?
sucks.
It does. It really sucks. And people go back at them pretty hard, especially people who enjoy themselves, saying, listen, just because you don't have a good time doesn't mean, or good experience, you have to put it on social media.
Sucks.
If you want to leave a review, if you want to whatever personally to the restaurant, do it. But don't, because you're hurting a business.
And people.
And exactly.
The
and
workers.
people. But it happens daily. Hourly.
But it's just like life. People will, if they have a complaint, they'll go out of their way more to tell people or to put it there. And if it's a good experience, they just go home and say, yeah, we had a nice dinner, which is the sad thing. And just like obviously you know so many people in the restaurant industry, and I do too. And a lot of times it becomes a big issue for them.
It does. And I do love, I can't remember the name of it, but there is one page that I am part of a group on Facebook, and it is where people go to rave about places.
Which is
rave
nice.
about restaurants, tell people about this place, what a great time they had there. It's specifically for that. Like, don't tell us any negative things.
I got a buddy who works for a restaurant.
For recommendations is what it is, yeah.
And when there's a negative review, the owner who owns a bunch of them, they have to call the person personally and find out what happened, why they weren't happy, what can we do better, and then also maybe give them a gift card or something like that. And he says he spends, time every day just doing that. And a lot of the complaints are very like, really? Like it was too hot there or too cold or something like this, or not really major stuff, but there are a lot of people that are going to put that negative thing. And you got to realize you're going to hurt the place, obviously, but you're going to hurt also the people who work there. You got to realize that. And people don't when you put stuff out there. So think about it a little and maybe jump into your pool.
Yeah. Just jump in your pool. Cool off a bit.
Jump in your pool.
Cool off a bit before you decide. So from one fast food to another, Taco Bell. Ding. Do you have the ding?
Well, we didn't know. You got a ding for her?
Ding.
Yeah, we knew it. Taco Bell.
Yep, Taco Bell. Yep. There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Very sound.
They're offering reward
Very sound.
Yes, very good. That's the sound. They're offering reward members early retirement experience. Even if there's no retirement in sight, right? But you still want to experience it. A lot of people these days, even if they're retirement age, are like, I don't see it happening. Taco Bell is offering a chance for its reward members to experience a weekend of retirement type activities.
Oh, where's this at?
For only $150, Taco Bell lovers can stay at the cantinas with recreational activities, retail, and of course, food. They said there's a common misconception that retirement unlocks the life you've been waiting for. And while that may be true for some, we don't think you should have to wait until 55 over to live the life you're craving. So Taco Bell's U.S. Chief Marketing Officer, Taylor Montgomery, said in a statement, the Cantina's early retirement community, just like our brand, represents a place where all generations can come together, regardless of age, to live their mas however they want. They said tickets go on sale, what's today, in about 6 days, July 16th. And that is thecantinas.net. And I got to check this out. I know that they have a few locations, but I'm curious. So like you got like the pickleball, shuffleboard, but you could be any age to do this and you get access to it. Let's see. Available to purchase, legal resident. Do you see what? Oh, it's San Diego. Here we go.
San Diego's beautiful.
Where it is?
San Diego, California.
Phoenix.
Yep, they have them in different areas, and they do different dates. So I don't know if these like cantinas or pop-ups. Maybe they do takeovers at hotels or whatever it is.
No, it's Taco Bell. It's a restaurant.
It's a fast food joint.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's where you get the tires, actually. Write that down.
I got to go there. I see. I'm always going to Mercedes.
Save a couple bucks.
Save a couple bucks. And a sandwich.
So they have retiree lodging, rooms for weekend members and guests to stay overnight, arts and crafts, gaming, retiree recreation, like croquet, bocce, pickleball, golf.
Bocce, wow.
Bocce ball, yep.
bet
Active
on
living
that.
staples, Baja Blast through those glutes with exercise and wellness regimens. They have little exercise classes too. They have elevated dining with delicious Taco Bell, as much as your heart desires.
Is that like you sitting on a tall seat? Yeah.
The elevated part? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Pumping burritos. There we go. 1, 2,
That chair's 8 feet in the air.
1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
that's
4. Pumping burritos. That'd be a good band name. Pumping burritos.
I like that. That's actually would be a good band name.
All right. Not a bad
Solid.
tattoo either. 877-927-689.
Pumping burritos.
On a certain section.
Okay.
Yeah. If you had a certain part of your body, it might be a nice eye catcher. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call.
Speaking of places you can get food at, for our St. Lucie County fans up there that are waiting for that new Buc-ee's that's coming in up there, up near Vero.
What is that, Indigo or what is it called?
Indrio Road is the
Indrio?
exit at 90. So it's going to be 95 and Indrio Road right there at that exit. And I mean, it's just all open, like, old cow land, old farmland, right? And,
Okay.
it's
I'm not very familiar
perfect place
with
for
Fort
one.
Pierce.
And anyway, they're getting together with the city, or the county, trying to get things going along. Months ago, planners submitted a proposal to build a Buc-ee's alongside Indrio Road and I-95. Easy for me to say, but changes do need to be made because I guess it's not zoned properly right now, so they'll probably change it, right? Alongside the Buc-ee's proposal, though, Gustavo Lumer envisions a comprehensive development that includes housing, a fire station, and even a school in the whole area to go together, right? They're gonna build a town.
That's cool.
The Board of County Commissioners must approve this broader plan before the landowner can sell a portion of his property to the Buc-ee's Corporation, according to St. Lucie County Commissioner Kathy Townsend. The proposed development would span 800 acres, would include a fire station, a school, 2,518 dwellings. 1,765 of those would be single family, 755 multifamily, and 563 they call it workforce housing. I get low income housing, right? So and that's what they're proposing for that area. So it'd be a total of like 2,518 housing units for people, as well as that fire station and school. Once the land is sold to Buc-ee's Incorporated, it would take about 18 months to build the gas station, the convenience store, which really, it's so weird calling it a convenience store considering what it is. It's just a monstrosity there. But that seems to be where the proposal is at this point, is they've got to get through some zoning changes, which makes sense because if it's not set for residential and commercial together, right? You kind of need that together. I'm assuming it's probably as farmland right now. So they'll change that though and I don't, the nice thing is that's not an area where it's going to like overdevelop it. right? At least from what I can tell from the area.
Okay.
It's not going to make it where it's all cramped and crowded and everything, like we've seen some other areas become. So that'll be a great boom for the economy in that area as well. So, and provide a lot of jobs.
And people are excited about it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Well, anytime you can provide low-income housing, too, that's always a good thing. So if that's part of the project, hey, I'll go for it, I say. Let's see. You want to give away some tickets?
Sammy!
All right. We have some tickets to go see Sammy Hagar for the Best of All Worlds tour, kicking off right here in West Palm Beach. That's the show is this Saturday, July 13th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. By the way, he's going to be there. Michael Anthony's going to be there. Of course, big, the names from Van Halen, Joe Satriani, Jason Bonham, also joining them on stage, and special guest Loverboy. So we know you want to go see them. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969, 877-927-6969. Want to go see Sammy this Saturday? We've got tickets for you. We're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said. I've got a whole brand new batch of He Said, She Said quotes here. I'm going to read you a quote. All you got to do is tell us. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I, Jimmy, say it? I've got the audio to back it up. And if you guess correctly, you're going to go see Sammy Hagar this Saturday at I Think Financial Amphitheater. I'll get some people lined up, and we'll get going in a minute.
Thank you, Jimmy. Your chance right now for Sammy Hagar tickets, 877-927-6969. Saturday night is July 13th, and Monroe's is having their Wizards and Wands big party. That's right. Going to be a great time. $500 cash prizes for the best costume, plus raffles all night long. It's Monroe's Saturday night, July 13th. Put it on your calendar. Wizards and Wands. Always a very, very good time with the beautiful ladies. And they're open at 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. Put it all together, that's a good night. Remember, when you get over to Monroe's, a good night becomes a great night. Open 7 days a week. Beautiful ladies are always there. Get over to Monroe's. Your chance right now for some Sammy Hagar tickets, 877-927-6969. Jimmy's getting people on. We'll start the contest in a few minutes. Always a good opportunity for you guys to get a nice reward from us because we appreciate you listening. And if you're a Dolphin fan, I got another reward for you. This Sunday, Palm Beach Autographs, Wellington Mall, Tua and Waddle, both of them together. You see them on the field many times, and they have a great connection. Well, this is a great connection for you guys to get autographs and then for them to sign stuff for you. Go to Palm Beach Autographs website, get all the information. This Sunday at 12 o'clock, I will be in the house. Don't ask Tua if he got his money yet. That's not a good thing to do. But he will be signing autographs, him and Waddle. I was there with Tariq Hill, and now I'm going back this Sunday. Excited about it. Palm Beach Autographs, one of our partners of Greeks Gridiron, 20 years. Very, very excited about that. Always a great place. And if you're buying memorabilia, you got to go with somebody who's reputable, and they are very reputable. Palm Beach Autographs this Sunday, 12 o'clock. It's Tua and Waddle. They're going to be in the house. Jimmy, are we ready?
We are ready, and we are starting today's contest with Rick. He got through first. Rick, welcome to the Penthouse. How you doing today, bud?
Great, thank you. How are you?
We're good. Are you a fan of Sammy Hagar?
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get you
Dan Hagar.
Dan Hagar. Well, let's see if we can get you set up with some tickets to go see Sammy, Loverboy, this Saturday at I Think Financial Amphitheater. Now, Rick, this game is super easy. I'm going to read you a quote. All you got to do is tell us. Did Greek say it? Did Franny say it? Or did I, Jimmy, say it? And if you guess correctly, we're going to send you to the show. All right, bud?
Okay, sounds great.
All right, here is your quote. Wow, going down under and you're not coming? Wow, going down under and you're not coming? Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I, Jimmy, say that?
Ooh, I'm going to try Greek.
Oh, and I'm sorry, that one was me. Wow. Going down and under. And you're not coming. And you're not coming. And that surprised the heck out of Franny. I'm sorry about that, Rick. Next up, we have Alan on the line. He wants to go see Sammy. What's going on, bud?
How are you, my friends?
Oh,
we're good there, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great. Glad I got through. I'm very excited to go see Sammy.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's see if we can make that happen for you there, Alan. I'm going to read you a quote. Just tell us, Greek, Franny, or me. All right, bub?
Yes, sir.
Who said this? Yeah, you don't realize you pull on it. Yeah, you don't realize you pull on it. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I, Jimmy, say that?
I'll go with Franny.
Son of a gun.
Sorry about that. That one was. Oh, hold on. That's right. I can't do that. Oh, boy. This board. Maybe we'll get it fixed one day.
You know, you don't realize you pull on it.
Yeah, that was Mr. Greek. He said that one. I'm sorry about that, Alan. I appreciate you trying, though. Next up, we have Lance on the line. Lance, welcome to the Penthouse. How you doing there, bud?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing good, Lance. How long you been listening to Real Radio?
Yeah, about 20 years, G.
Oh, man,
How you think, buddy?
All right, well, you deserve it. 20 years of this. Woof. Mingada.
God bless you, Lance. Well, thank you very much for all those years of loyal listening. Let's see if we get you set up with a pair of tickets to go see Sammy Hagar with special guest Loverboy at I Think Financial Amphitheater this Saturday. I'm going to read you a quote. Just tell us, did Greek say it, did Franny say it, or did I, Jimmy, say it? Here is your quote. It is rubbing off. It is rubbing off. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I, Jimmy, say that?
I think Jimmy.
Ooh. And sorry, that one was
It is rubbing off.
Miss Franny. It was Miss Franny, and
It is rubbing off.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
a big
rubbing
word
off.
you use a lot.
It is rubbing off.
Yeah, that's
I just want to
in
make
your
sure.
file.
I wasn't sure if it was playing or not.
I heard it.
I'm sorry about that, Lance. Next up, we have Jay on the line. Jay wants to go see Sammy Hagar with a Loverboy this Saturday at I Think Financial Amphitheater. What's going on, Jay? How are you?
Ready to win. Ready to win this compo, man.
Jay, let me ask you, if you win the tickets, who you bringing?
I got a couple people I might bring. I don't know. Whoever's the best.
All right, well, I guess you would find that out in the morning. Let's get to the question, Jimmy.
All right, well, let's see if we can get you set up here, buddy. I'm going to read you a quote. Just tell us who said this, Greek, Franny, or myself. Jimmy, here is your quote. Because there was still some in his butt. Because there was still some in his butt. Did Greek say that? Did Franny say that? Or did I, Jimmy, say
I
that?
don't know what's in his butt.
I think I'm going to go with Franny.
Yeah!
Of course, you knew that.
Nice.
Everybody's
That's right.
talking about butt stuff.
Yeah, that's her.
Usually Franny.
Oh, yeah, it's always her. Yeah.
And by the way, this is what that sounded like.
Because there was still some in his butt.
Yeah, there was still some in his butt.
You got to just listen.
Mhm. Jay, great job. If you would hang tight for a couple of minutes when we go to break, I'm going to get back on the line with you off air, and we'll get you set up with those tickets. Okay, pal?
Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
You got
Thank you for listening. 20 years. God bless you.
Yes.
Was it 20 years? No.
47142 started off with Real Radio. We're talking about that Taco Bell cantina that they're doing like an adult style retiree.
I can't wait.
I know you can't wait. Somebody texted and they said, Taco Bell thing sounds cool. I want to be in a hot tub smothered in meat-like products and faux cheese. Okay.
Wow.
With 4 G's?
I'm there.
Faux cheese, not like fake cheese.
Okay.
Faux. And then, I was like, good call. We got a text that says, hey, Franny, do you remember the movie Demolition Man? Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes,
Yeah.
even Sandra Bullock was in it,
Yeah.
Dennis Leary. And I was like, it's been a while, but took place in the future. The only restaurant that was in business was Taco Bell. Do you remember that? But it was fancy, upscale. Like they had valet drivers. It
I don't
was,
remember.
yeah.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, the Taco
I
Bell in
remember
the
the people.
future was super, super fancy. I was like, yeah, good call. It's been a while since I've thought about that movie.
It could change. Just like years ago, lobster was for like the peasants.
Yeah, it was
and
for
now
the
it's for
peasants.
rich.
Who was it? Was it Mr. Flagler? Right? Was that who it was?
I think so. Changed it.
Changed it? Yeah, because the Palm Beach Island is where all the poor people lived.
It's a shame because I wish to stay the other way. Save a lot
And then he
of
brought
money.
him over to this side, and they were like, "We're going to live here,
Yeah.
and we're going to take your lobster from you."
Wrong side of the tracks.
So we also have on, because we were talking about how people leave negative reviews, especially on Facebook, blast out, and it hurts more so small businesses, any business. But they said, somebody said, people got to remember there are people that go out to restaurants just to nitpick about BS because they're a-holes.
See, that's the problem. There's a legitimate argument for both sides, really. I mean, because how many times have you gone out and you have gotten legitimately bad service, and leaving a review about it isn't and it doesn't have to just be a restaurant. It could be, anything, right? And you get this, a rude person that's trying to help you out, right? Type thing.
Legitimately, you could have a very bad experience. Yes.
And it could very well be. And in the same sense, now that makes the whole store look bad, where really, if you're going to do that, at least be specific enough to, say what it was. But, and and I don't blame your friend G that says that, they go through and they spend time looking through the reviews, and then you find out that a lot of them are very nitpicky and silly.
They
We've seen that as well.
And that's the thing. I'm not one, and I leave positive reviews. And a lot of times, some businesses will ask you to do so, but sometimes I'll go out on my own to do it, especially if it's very, very good service, right? And I want people to know it. And I've told you guys before, one time I left a bad review, and it's because I gave this establishment, it wasn't a restaurant, a couple times, and every time, the second time it just got worse. It did. And I was like, well, I'll try it again. So I did, but I left the review on Google.
Right.
And so the lady did get back to me, the owner, and apologized. And I really appreciated it, and then offered for me to come back and that she would do a free service.
Right.
I didn't accept it, but I appreciate the fact that she went out there because a lot of people, they just don't care. I've even seen owners of establishments argue with people when they leave a negative review.
Well, because, there's two things I'm going to say. You talk about the kid from the pizza review when he does it. Barstool, and he goes there, and you see sometimes owners come out that get mad, but there are other people, like my buddy said, who just complain about something because they're looking for something.
Oh,
yeah.
They want something free.
Oh, yeah.
Come in, we'll give you dinner next time, or a drink, and they're like, okay, I'll come back in.
We'll get something comped just for it, and there's too much of that out there. That's why I say it's hard to take a side on it, because you can see there's legitimate arguments on both sides.
Sure,
of it,
because if it was really bad, like you really had a bad experience, I don't think you want to go back for whatever reason.
But I do think if you're going to leave a review on a review site. That's what they're for. Google, Yelp, stuff like that. To me, is when you post it all over your social media where everybody can read it. People aren't actually just seeking the reviews. Because you do truly, and I'm one who, I know you can't believe it, but I'll look at reviews before I hit up a restaurant or something like that. I'll look and I'll read what people have to say.
I check all the time.
You do not.
I don't usually worry about it for restaurants, because if somebody leaves a bad review, even if it's legit, it was one waiter, one night, bad experience, everybody has bad days, I try not to. In other words, I try not to grade the entire restaurant on one bad night from one other person that I don't know what their experience was. And maybe it was somebody just looking for a free meal or something like that. I'll go find out for myself, and it was bad. Well, then we just won't go back.
And that's the thing. If it's a place you've been dying to go to, I'll bypass that and go. But a lot of time, if I go out of town and I don't know places, I always do best restaurant or best steakhouse or whatever, and I look at the star reviews. I want to go to the place that has 4.6, 4.7 stars, or of course 5 stars or whatever. I look at those and how many reviews or how many thousands of those, and then I'll go into it. And then I just start stalking reviews and looking at the pictures of food and stuff. But if it's somewhere that is opening up, and that's another thing, give brand new restaurants a chance.
Yeah.
Sometimes they got to work out their. Sometimes they got to work out their kinks.
But Jimmy, to your point, what you said is the mature thing to do, because I think more people, when they see it in writing, it's a Bible to them. They're like, oh, the place sucks. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think what you said,
restaurants are they can be hit or miss because of the night to help. If they're, if they don't have enough help and they've been trying to hire people and they're shorthanded, and
which is a lot these days.
that girl or guy is running his butt off, but he can't get back to your table, exactly in the 2 minutes that he should. I don't want to blame the whole place for that and give him a bad review for something. I worry more about reviews if I'm buying something, like if I have to buy a motor for something and I want to go and see, well, is this the right one, or should I go to a different company, something like that. I care more about a review on a product like that than I do. Like when we wanted to get one of those iRobot vacuums, I did a bunch of research, that I care more about than I do a restaurant.
Again, everybody's different, but I think the point that Jimmy made, find out for yourself. You know what? Because it could just be a bad night with somebody. Somebody could ask somebody to get married, and they said no.
Yeah,
they could have had the Yankees last night. They lost to Tampa. You're pissed. This place sucks. It is the Penthouse, and it is. Trust yourself, bitches. It is a Wednesday. We got WWGD. We're going to come back with some fun facts and so much more. Peace.
You're listening to Real Radio, available everywhere you want to listen. Yeah, even there. On our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe it. Woo! Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome.
It's a grand in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Boca Raton, broken down car clearing 95 south at Glades Road. West Palm Beach, it's emergency gas line repair. Roadway reduced to one lane in each direction. This is Australian Avenue at Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Saucy Nugs, a whole new way to nug. The best nugs are now even better. Wendy's new Saucy Nugs take the nugs you love and sauce them up in bold flavors, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and spicy ghost pepper. Try them all today. For a whole new way to nug, it's gotta be Wendy's, a participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hey, it's the Greek, Monroe's of Palm Beach. Wizards and Wands, huge event, 500 cash prizes for the best costume, plus prize raffles all night long. Monroe's of Palm Beach, open till 5 a.m. It's Saturday, July 13th. Wizards and Wands. It's a big event. Stop by. You'll see a beautiful lady, enjoy a great night, and open till 5 a.m. It's Wizards and Wands with 500 cash on the line. Monroe's is open 7 days a week, and they're open at 5 a.m. with beautiful ladies all the time. The magic is there every night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
This hurricane season is predicted to be extreme. Your house is your castle. Don't wait. Call Castle Impact Windows, a folding shutter corporation division today for a free estimate. 561-683-4811. High quality made in-house CastleImpactWindows.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah.
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo!
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
From hurricanes to heat waves, Florida homeowners have seen it all. That's why they trust StormSmart. StormCatcher screens, shutters, and impact windows provide year-round protection because smart is made to last. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Ahoy, fishing fans! It's the 12th annual Treasure Coast Bonito Blast Fishing Tournament, hosted by Pirates Cove Resort and Marina in Stewart. Mark your calendars for Saturday, July 27th. Join us for happy hour to watch the boats come in and enjoy the festivities. Don't miss the Captain's Dinner on Friday, July 26th. Register to fish at TreasureCoastBonitoBlast.com. Remember, all proceeds benefit the Wounded Veterans Relief Fund. Really on the fun at Pirates Cove Resort and Marina, July 26th and 27th. 4307 Southeast Bayview Street, Stewart. See you there.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy as we continue to move through our Wednesday. Really hazy out there for us as well because of all that severe dust in place. A hot day with highs near 90 degrees. Could feel closer to triple digits, though, with the humidity. We will see the chance of a few scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. And we're back in your 90 degrees again for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Dell Technologies Black Friday and July deals are live. Check out incredible savings on select laptops and more, like the XPS 15, powered by Intel Core processors. Don't miss out on Black Friday and July savings at Dell.com/deals.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
This July 26th through 28th, get ready for an event that will inspire and empower Christians across America. The Believers Summit is coming to West Palm Beach, Florida. This summit is more than just a gathering. It's a mission to stand courageously for truth, embracing the Here I Am spirit of readiness and obedience to God's call. Join an inspiring lineup of speakers including Charlie Kirk, Jensen Franklin, Ali Stuckey, Eric Metaxas, Sage Steele, and many more. Register now for 25% off using code WPBLOCAL at tpusafaith.com/believers.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword PAY at realradio921.com. That's PAY. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
There's that bell sound. Thank you, Jimmy. Now I know what it means. It is so cold in here. I gotta tell you, I feel like a fry of French.
It is.
It's freezing.
A fry of French.
French fries.
I feel like an ice cube.
Oh my God, I feel like a popsicle.
I was like, I say French fries are typically hot.
I feel like an ice cream sandwich. Jimmy's in the house.
Hup, hup. What's going on? It's nice and cozy over here.
Thank you. And it warms up around 2 o'clock every day. I don't know why. And you would think it would get like hotter then, but it just gets colder and hotter. Franny's here.
Huh? Hey.
I love it every time.
That's true. That's true.
Time for some Florida fun facts? No, fun facts.
Florida fun facts.
Florida fun facts.
Today is actually fun facts about you brought this drink up in one of your stories. It was a proposal story gone wrong. Today is National Pina Colada Day.
I like a pina colada.
If you like pina colada. I love a good pina colada. I will say, if you're going to make one, do it with the Coco Lopez.
Okay, let me write that down.
All right. Spit on myself.
That's attractive.
J-Lo's,
better than me. Did you spit on me one time? I was like, wow, thank you. I appreciate that.
What were you saying? It's coconut cream that you buy in a can. So it's not pina colada mix, but if you're going to do it, get that canned coconut cream. Or now bars have it's in a white bottle, and it's called Real Cream of Coconut.
Is that
Coco Lopez, coconut cream, and then do pineapple juice or fresh pineapple. And put that in the blender with your rum.
Now, when you worked years ago at bars, was that a drink that was a pain in the ass to make?
We just don't like blenders.
Okay.
And by we, I'm speaking for all bartenders.
Yeah.
But
you have to wash them after every.
and so
takes long.
It does, but now a lot of these blending machines, they are better and they can make a lot more drinks and stuff these days, but it's still kind of a pain in the ass.
So don't order, people.
I'm one of those. On vacation, I'll order pina colada. That is a vacation drink for me. And it's not all the time, but give me one good pina colada and I'll be happy, and then I go back to my...
Oh, get out of my diary!
My
What was the one common one that people ask for a lot that is a real pain in the neck? Is it
Long Island
mojitos? Mojitos are a pain in the ass too.
Mojitos? Okay.
But mojitos, they have like one of those, what am I trying to say? Like the effect where like one person wants it and then everybody wants it.
Right.
Like where you see it, you're like, ooh, I want one of those.
Yeah. Okay.
But then there's also pain in the ass. There's Miami Vices, which are pina colada then layered with a strawberry daiquiri, or there's pina colada layered with a rum runner. So then you have to do 2 separate frozen drinks.
Wait a minute, there's a drink called pain in the ass?
Yeah, because it's a pain in the ass to make.
And that's what it's, so if you go to a bar tonight, you go, give me a pain in the ass, they won't point to somebody? They'll be like, go get the
He's over there. My coworker.
I think I told you this story back in the day when I worked at Sailfish Marina, and there was a kid who came up to me, and we were busy because we used to have Thursday nights. They would do all these vendors on the water, and there would be a band. Yeah, it was a great time, but it would be one of our very busy nights. And I worked at the outside bar, which would be even super busy, busier than the inside. And this kid comes up to me, and I mean kid, 8 years old. He's like, can I have 6 virgin Miami Vices?
Oh.
And that's where you have to layer the drinks.
Oh.
I was like, who is your mom so I could slap her? I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Like, how does he know what that is? How does he know what a Miami Vice is?
Well, what is a Miami Vice?
That's the half and half. I believe it's been a while. I think that's the strawberry and the pina. Like strawberry daiquiri, pina colada.
Mom said up there, right?
No, but they were virgin.
Well,
there was going to be an alcohol in them. And it was for the kids.
It was
It was for him and his little buddies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like kids by the pool sometimes they'll get pina coladas and, they're virgins. There's no alcohol in them, but I'm sure.
But that's fine. But when you're asking me to layer a drink for you and your 5 buddies.
Did you grab them? You should have grabbed them by the shirt. Said, hey, pal, go fishing. Go jump in the water.
Don't leave a bad Google review, you little bitch.
I made them, but I made them. I turned around. I was like, you
Did you get a
son
tip?
of a... Huh?
They give you a tip or no?
No. He was a child.
He's 8. No excuse.
No excuse.
Come on.
All right, so let's get into some pina colada fun facts. There is, and I will fight this, but there is a dispute of the origin of the pina colada.
Mm-hmm.
Conflicting claims regarding the true birthplace. Some source credits inception in Puerto Rico. Others argue it originated in Cuba.
Well, I was going to say
Definitely
Cuba.
Puerto Rico.
How can you be so sure?
Definitely,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
Puerto Rico.
definitely Puerto Rico.
Definitely on the Puerto Rican bandwagon here. I love my hair. I look like a Puerto Rican.
And I do believe it is at the place that I used to vacation to as a kid. It was the Caribe Hilton.
I stayed there.
Which claims, did you?
Yeah.
Which claims?
I did. I remember going there with my friends years ago.
The Caribe Hilton.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. They claim to make it, but there's another restaurant in Puerto Rico that claims they are the original ones.
I
But
remember
yes.
there was a billboard across the street for cockfighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, that was El San Juan Hotel. You stayed
Yeah.
at El San Juan.
That's right. El Swan.
Yeah, and then they turned into a Waldorf Astoria. Yeah, because I've stayed there too, and that's where the cockfighting is across the street.
I knew I
Not
saw
across
you
the street from
years ago.
Caribe Hilton. No, not that one.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Oh, it's the one in next to.
Oh yeah, that one. Stay
next
there
to
too.
Vegas.
Yeah, I love to ski this time of year.
They say the pina colada gained fame in 1970s. They said it gained immense popularity in the 70s, became the official drink of Puerto Rico, and since then it has become synonymous with tropical vacations and beachside relaxation. If you're not familiar, I did tell you it's a blend of rum, pineapple, coconut. These ingredients blended together until smooth, creating this refreshing, indulgent tropical drink. Also here on the Pina Colada Fun Fact Day, they claim here that they have become like normally rum, but they inspired numerous variations. I know people who do scotch in them. In fact, my in-laws love a pina colada with scotch in them.
That must be strong,
Some
right?
people do whiskey.
Isn't that a different drink then? I mean, if your base liquor is
rum,
something different.
So it's the scotch and the rum?
No, it's just scotch instead of rum, substituting.
Yeah. Oh, you would think
like a scotch colada, but it's still the other two basic. The pina, which is pineapple.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you would
Fair
have
enough.
to tell them that. Like, hey, put scotch in instead of rum.
They say the song Escape, the pina colada song, popularized the cocktail big time. In 1979, the release of the hit song Escape, the pina colada song, by Rupert Holmes helped propel the popularity. People were like, what is he talking about? I want one of those. Instead, made it an instant sensation.
Now, what that song, wasn't it originally, it was about, him cheating? Am I wrong? Wasn't it about him cheating?
Is that the one about the...
He put an ad in the paper
Yeah,
and
then his wife responded to the ad.
So that's him cheating.
Trying.
That's
But
what-
was she? She was trying to cheat too, right?
That's
she
what I'm
responded
saying.
to
It
his
wasn't
ad.
really-
They were both trying to cheat.
It wasn't really
the whore.
I mean, it really wasn't a good song.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
As far as values.
But then they're like, oh, wow, look, we belong together because you responded to my ad.
Every time I heard that, I shut it off on the radio. I remember. I was like,
stand people to cheat.
Hey, come on! What are you doing?
Did you know the pina colada was mentioned in that James Bond film? 1979 James Bond film Moonraker. The pina colada made a memorable appearance as one of the signature cocktails enjoyed by the famous spy.
Oh.
Yeah, we know he likes martinis,
Yeah, I was
but he
gonna say.
also liked pina coladas.
How does he like his martinis? Stirred but not shaken, or shaken not stirred?
Shaken, not stirred. Stirred, but dang it.
I think
Shaken,
it's
not
shaken.
stirred.
Shaken, not stirred.
Shaken, not stirred. I like mine shaken too, James Bond. When you stir it, it just doesn't give it enough chill to it.
So when you,
Stirred, not shaken? Now I'm confused. Which one is it?
he says shaken, not
Okay,
stirred.
okay.
Right, Jimmy?
think you're right.
Shaken,
I think-
not
Okay.
stirred.
It's one of those things I don't know.
I'll text you later.
Please do.
Thank you. Look it up, Greek.
I love that line before. Oh, that whore.
Oh, that whore.
What is wrong with you? What was it? Pennies from heaven, horse from Miami.
Yeah, that's it. Pennies from heaven, horse from Miami.
That's a great billboard. Welcome to Miami.
Yeah, welcome to Miami.
All right, I'll just leave it there.
No,
That's it.
no,
That's all right. I'm good. I'm good.
Can we derail you?
I'm good. That's enough. That's enough about the pina colada.
Well, at least they have their own day. I mean, not every drink has their own day. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call.
You ever look up the national calendar to see, like each day? It's just
crazy.
amazing.
What, the
Some-
days that it is? Yeah, there's
Yeah,
weird
whatever
weird
it is.
days. I love the Lex and Terry. They used to be on our show or on this radio station for a while, and they play a game. I think it's daily where Sarah will you have the one real holiday because they're so obscure, and then she makes up a couple other holidays,
Oh, yeah.
and
True
they
or
have to
false?
guess which one's the real one out of the three.
Oh, that's awesome.
It'll be like, some ones that you just like stainless steel screw day. Like, what the hell did you come up with this?
Well, today, July 10th, is Don't Step on a Bee Day.
Oh, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, it's National Kitten Day, National Pina Colada Day. But the one that I would be like, oh, that's definitely not real is Don't Step on a Bee Day. But yes, there's very obscure holidays. And it's one of those things like, who comes up with this stuff?
People have nothing to do. Same people to put bad reviews on restaurants.
Well, it could be them.
It's Teddy Bear Picnic Day.
Well, speaking of bad reviews, here's something that's been kind of up and down as far as whether it gets good reviews or bad reviews. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to start this article to let you know. This is from CNN. So a woman was recently secretly recorded undressing at a rental property and her images stored on the computer of an alleged sexual predator. This happened at an Airbnb, and it seems to be something that we're hearing a little bit more and more about. But a big investigation was done by CNN on this, and they wrote up a very lengthy article. But I'll just get you to the main points of this. And basically, the idea here is if you can, as best as you can, vet an Airbnb if you're going to go to one. Airbnb has generated tens of thousands of customer support tickets related to surveillance devices found in the last decade in their places. Airbnb employees also revealed that when a guest complains about a hidden camera, the company doesn't, as a matter of practice, notify law enforcement, not even when a child is involved. So again, these are allegations, so they need their day in court too. A CNN investigation found that Airbnb consistently fails to protect its guests despite knowing hidden cameras are a persistent concern within the industry. They talked to a whole bunch of ex-employees with Airbnb, so they were able to get some more information on it. Thousands of images have been recovered from short-term rental hosts by law enforcement. Hidden cameras placed in bedrooms and bathrooms show guests changing clothes, being with their children, even having sex, not the two together there. It's not a child sex thing. It's just two separate things there, according to CNN's review of court and police records, as well as interviews with nearly 24 guests who found surveillance devices at short-term rental properties. Airbnb declined CNN's request for an interview. However, in a written statement, listen to this. A spokesperson said that hidden camera complaints are rare, but when they do occur, we take responsible, appropriate, swift action, which can include removing hosts and listings that violate their policy. CNN found that some of their policies touted by Airbnb come with significant disclaimers. And listen to this. The company's website tells users that they should not rely on its background checks to identify all past criminal convictions or sex offender registrations. And even if Airbnb discovers a user has a criminal background, a conviction of murder, terrorism, or rape or child molestation, or they are not automatic disqualifiers under the company's policy. That is unbelievable. If this stuff is true, I mean, these are allegations.
Yeah.
So they need to have their day in court. I don't want to condemn them. But, man, I tell you what, I'm not sure I'll stay at an Airbnb anymore. The company for years allowed video surveillance by hosts in common areas, and the cameras had to be disclosed to guests. So, and that's not such a bad thing. I don't mind that. I wouldn't mind that as much, right? In the main living room or something like that. But one, they have to tell you, right?
Yeah.
And that's very important.
Because it could be anywhere and something
that
could
they're
happen.
there. But, they want to protect their property, too. So I do understand that to a certain extent. But, boy, they're finding a lot of these, at least according to this investigation that was done by CNN, that they found a lot of these cameras in bedrooms and bathrooms. And that's just wrong.
Now, if there are found, are they taken off where they can't rent their place anymore going forward?
At most, from what I can tell through this investigation, what they're finding out is that they will the Airbnb will review it and possibly just remove them as one of the listings, but they don't necessarily report it to law enforcement, and they try to keep it in-house that way.
Well, and sometimes the unfortunate thing, too, is that it's not necessarily, and yes, it is, it can be, but it's not always the host. It's not always the person who owns that rental that's putting up these cameras. Sometimes it's previous guests too who do it.
Okay, well,
yes.
that's a very important
it
factor
is
in
because
that
a lot
case.
of people put all the blame on the host, and not saying there are not some creepy hosts, because I'm sure there are, and I'm sure there are. But there are stories where even the host will look and find cameras that were in their homes.
It's
Yes,
it's all over. But I mean, there should be some kind of, like you said, I guess an investigation, because she's bringing up a point. But I think if it does happen to a place, they should be taken off for good. Like, you can never rent again. That should be the penalty.
As long as the proper investigation is done, and that's where I think it should be reported to also law enforcement, because you do have a situation there where, again, and unfortunately I just did the same thing that I accuse other people of doing, where I kind of assume things. But Franny makes a good point there that it could have been left by another guest, and it isn't necessarily the host of
that happens in
house.
hotels.
So and it happens in hotels. So if that's the particular case, and I'm sure that the owner of that Airbnb would want that investigated as well, and try to find out, hey, when was this here? When and find those things out. So it's something to just keep in mind. But we've talked about it too with hotel rooms, things like that. Learn the signs of things to look for as far as surveillance cameras being in there, because I mean, you want to at least have some privacy. There's a certain amount of privacy you do want in life. We kind of get used to always being on camera. Everywhere we go. That's just one place you shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, again, and it's got to be top of your mind that you think going in, checking in, and like, hey, I got to check around, make sure there isn't anything there, which does suck, because you're going on vacation, you want to enjoy yourself and enjoy the atmosphere and, wherever you're staying. You don't have to worry about being filmed.
And it's like everything else. If you've got one bad apple, it's going to ruin the rest of it. I mean, you sit here and you think, you read an article like this and you think, do I ever want to go to it? I mean, I kind of said it again earlier. Do I ever want to go to an Airbnb again?
Yep.
After you read something like this, I mean, tens of thousands of incidents that, and some of them aren't even being reported to law enforcement. So I don't know, let's see if you clean up the bad apples, right?
That's it. Or try, anyway. Jimmy, do we take a phone call?
Yeah, we got our buddy Manny checking in with us. Hey, Manny, what's going on? Manny, you can take pictures of me.
Hey, guys. Happy hump day.
Hump day.
Hey, Manny, how are you, you irresponsible human being?
Oh, thanks. Hot as hell. It's hot out here, bro.
Well,
it's musky today.
It's supposed to be cooler next
I was
couple
going
days.
to say, you can come cool off in our studio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Me and Franny
It's
are
like
freezing. today.
55 degrees in here.
Oh, my God. It's so cold.
I'll warm you up, Greg.
I don't know
That's
if you
cute.
can do it.
You don't like that offer?
Not really. No. It's 12:25. Let me see what else I get.
Yes, Manny.
Congratulations, Franny.
On what?
2 days in a row. All right.
What do you say?
I'm here 2 days in a row.
She doesn't. No. She doesn't miss a lot of work anymore.
And I missed Monday because my dog had a possibility of dying. So.
Yeah, I feel bad now.
Yeah. Manny.
I feel terrible.
Terrible enough to bring us a blanket?
Technically, I worked on Friday. I just didn't work on this station. I worked on the Gator, so
Yeah, but that doesn't
didn't miss
count.
that day off.
That doesn't count.
It does because I was at work.
But not for us.
Yeah. You weren't here.
Doesn't matter. Oh, my God.
I know.
Oh, the arrogance.
I know. I was working. We just didn't have this show.
To me, it doesn't count.
It counts to me.
I'm sure it doesn't.
Yeah. iHeartRadio that pays me, not the Penthouse. So.
The Penthouse has something to do with your pay. Real radio, we have to
No,
always...
iHeart.
iHeart?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did I? Okay.
Well, who else cuts my checks? You?
I root for all the other stations all the time.
Yeah,
clearly.
Right.
Right. Oh, well, I hope the
See what you started, Manny.
Hey, I'm honest.
Yeah.
I hope the Grays are burning. Yeah, so what's up, Manny? What do you got? Anything? You got anything?
Yeah, we're sitting here holding for you.
Are you guys finished talking or what?
No. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, pass the talk, bitch.
I just want to say hi, happy hump day.
Hi.
Aren't you glad you called?
Manny, we're kidding. I love you like an audit. You're the best.
You're the best.
Nah, I agree. All right, peace.
Bye, Manny.
He does.
He's like, "Damn, why did I do that?
I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do it.
It is the Penthouse on a great Wednesday, by the way. We had Sammy Hagar tickets for you, and you get an opportunity 13 times a day to win $1,000. Only on this station.
Somebody wanted to let us know that song, Escape, the Pina Colada song. The wife put the initial ad in the personal column. He just responded. Then they met up at a restaurant
So
and
then
lived
she's
happily
cheating.
ever after.
So then she's the cheater.
They both were because he responded to the ad. He didn't know who she was.
So then they're both wrong.
Yeah, but
They
they lived
ship along
happily.
with it.
But they lived happily ever after.
How do you know that? They're good for each other. They're two cheats.
You're a whore.
Like,
And
gotta
then-
get the women.
And then quickly, Brett from Melbourne listening on the iHeartRadio app. Hello, Franny, Greek, and Jimothy. And we'll get this ready for when we come back, Jimothy, because you know he always has a request.
Okay.
Those Miami Vice drinks that those kids ordered, they get they got the idea from cruise ships. Very popular drinks on the ship. The mango one is really good, but there's too much sugar. Can't wait for WWGD. Can Jimothy please play Misspeak number 57 for the total days before the NFL has its opening game?
Yeah.
Money is on the dresser, and we'll get that ready for you on the other side, Brett.
Great job. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. As soon as we figure it out, it'll be better. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We'll be back. We're freezing our ass off in here. Does anybody care? No.
Nope.
Real radio is the news junkie.
People are mourning the end of the vehicle. First, it was the muscle car dying, and now it's gas-powered vehicles, at least in California by 2035. Here's what you got to think if you're like, well, that's just California. We're free in Florida. We ain't going to do that here. Kiss my ass. If you I didn't mean to get so aggressive.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Don't miss
Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Hosier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crowes, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet,
and more.
Get tickets to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, right now
At AXS.com.
That's AXS.com.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside, only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Busy in Boynton Beach. Accident slowing us down 95 southbound at Boynton Beach Boulevard. There's a left lane block. Make sure you slow down for bicycles on your ride today. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Has a loved one left you a classic car to sell? Introducing GMTVCC.com. Give me the Ben's new classic and collector car buying service. Whether it's a 1988 Fox Body Mustang or your granddad's 1985 square body Chevy truck, GMTVCC.com has got you covered. Their experienced pro buyers will appraise and offer real money for your classic or collector car, and you get paid now. No consignments, no auctions, just quick and easy cash. And they love resto mods. That's only at GMTVCC.com. Give me the Ben's new division for classic and collector cars.
You sailed beyond the horizon in search of an island scrubbed from every map. You battled krakens. You navigated through storms. Your spade struck the lid of a long-lost treasure chest, while you cooked up a lasagna. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling adventure stories on Audible.
Duffy's Sports Grill is your headquarters for all the summer soccer action. Enjoy ice-cold 2-for-1 drinks, 7 new exciting menu items, including sandwiches, sliders, and tacos. Don't forget about Duffy's fan favorites, including half-pound certified Angus beef burgers, fall-off-the-bone baby back ribs, fresh salads, and delicious pastas. With over 80 TVs at every location, you'll never miss a goal! Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more.
At Duffy's, our game is always on.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Ugh, I've been feeling so sluggish and just kind of blah.
Been there. That's why I take Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites.
But I suppose they taste blah.
Actually, they taste delicious. It's an apple blueberry flavored center covered in a yogurt coating and is infused with probiotics to help support a healthy gut. They come 5 in a pouch. I just toss one in my bag and go.
Toss one in my bag?
Get your own.
New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites from the makers of the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Find them in the digestive care aisle.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/TC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
The Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is the GOAT of fast food deals for a lot of reasons. Here are 4 of them. A junior bacon cheeseburger, nuggies, fries, and a drink. It's also just $5. And unlike the other guys, it's not going away after a month. Get out there and get the bag. The Wendy's Biggie Bag. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy as we continue to move through our Wednesday. Really hazy out there for us as well because of all that Saharan dust in place. A hot day with highs near 90 degrees. Could feel close to the triple digits, though, with the humidity. We will see the chance of a few scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. And we're back near 90 degrees again for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Sammy Hagar tickets today. Always have a great giveaway for you guys at 11:45. And your chance to win $1,000 13 times a day. Mingita. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey.
And it's time for a Greek Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek Trifecta.
All right, we just had that slogan, Pennies from Heaven and Horse from Miami. Arch Manning is getting paid $50,000. That's Pennies from Heaven to promote the new EA Sports college football game, video game that's going to be out.
Is that going to bring him Horse from Miami?
Eventually. The Horse from Miami was the next one.
Oh, okay.
But it probably will help him because he'll hit $50,000 more in his pocket, and he can get Horse from Miami. But he is going to be promoting it, and he's going to be on the cover. He's not a starting quarterback at Texas. Maybe this year, see what happens. But he's getting paid $50,000. There, his name is helping him 100%. Mirage Casino is closing on July 17th. That is next week. 35 years that's been on the Strip. My God, love their logo with the palm trees. And a cool place with a lot of good times there and fun. But 35 years, and it's going to be closing on the 17th of July. That is unbelievable. And the Hard Rock, the new one, will be going there. Talk about the Strip having a different look. They'll have that big guitar now right on the Strip, which will be very unique. And it will stand out tremendously for everybody walking by and seeing it in planes and just giving the Strip a whole new look. The Yankees lost last night 5-3 in Tampa. Last 20 games, they are 5-15. They are not playing good at all. Mets also lost last night, and the Marlins. So bad night for our local team. Tampa Bay won, Florida team, but the two New York teams took it on the chin, and Yankees are just not playing good right now. And Wilmington today, Joker plays this afternoon. He is favorite in the third round. I want to see how the crowd handles him because he went after the crowd after his last match saying, you guys cannot bother me. I played in worse places, so we'll see if they ride him a little. And Tom Brady's ownership in the Raiders. He needs to get 24 votes out of the 32 possible. That's by the owners, and he will become 10% owner of the Raiders. Brady working for the Fox could be an issue. They were talking about that where he's going to be getting some inside information reporting on teams, and that could hurt his chances to get this pass and also hurt him all around. So we'll see what happens. I don't think he's going to stop working for Fox. That payday is too big, but you never know if he wants to be owner. Maybe he will do that. He does have a piece of the WNBA team, the Los Angeles Aces, who have won 2 years back-to-back. And that is your Greek trifecta at lunchtime. Peace.
RealRadio921.com is the website you want to go to and enter the keyword PAY, P-A-Y, RealRadio921.com. Little window will pop right up for you. You don't even have to search any further than that. Pay is the keyword for this hour. Franny, do you want to set up that Greek misspeak request?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So we had our dude Brett from Melbourne write in, and he was talking about other things, Miami Vices, all kinds of stuff. And then we have him saying just, hey, can't wait for WWGD. Can Jimothy please play Misspeak number 57 for the total days before the NFL has its opening game?
All right, here we go.
This is your Greek Misspeak Review.
The biggest stories this summer and August and July in the NFL's 365 days a week.
Understanding and using a calendar correctly are important for many reasons.
But it is Monday. That's right. First week of the week.
What?
What exactly is a calendar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Forget it. I'd be expanding into the globe. Wow, that's great. Now, of course, I threw wrenches in the oil for him. For everybody who bet the over on Uber that I set at 510 for the weekend, you won. You guys lost. Because, again, you're a better team winner than you are off the field.
I don't know what any of that means, but I can't wait to find out.
I mean, honestly, I would look at her like, what are you smoking, NyQuil? Somebody shaking my wood. Quit checking my wood. Everybody. Everything happens every day.
In this lecture, I'm going to focus on the accomplishments of Copernicus and Galileo.
It wasn't really a false statement if you dissect it. Because everything does happen every day. I'm just saying, for all you Benihana lovers out there, it was a true statement. Quit checking my wood! I love that one. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email us, Jimmy, at realradio921.com.
So there are some famous people who get to meet other celebrities. It's not like they all know each other.
Yeah.
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 I go through it a lot.
And these, oh yeah, I'm sure. and these famous people reveal the worst celebrity encounter that they had. So it's not your average Joe meeting a celebrity and be like, oh, they suck. These are celebrities who met celebrity and they're like, they were terrible.
You hear it a lot.
They said they were the worst celebrity they ever met or works with.
I'm Spartacus.
But 2015, Watch What Happens live. You know which one I'm talking about with Andy Cohen?
Yeah.
AT, Watch What Happens. Bill Hader and Jay Farrow. You love Jay Farrow. He left you the Jay-Z.
Yep.
He does impersonations.
He's very funny.
Voicemail. And Bill Hader is also very funny. He's at SNL too.
He's
alum. So they revealed that the worst Saturday Night Live host they worked with was Justin Bieber, who hosted the show in 2013. Somebody called in and they said on the show, because you can live on that show, and they said, who was the worst person? And they both said it was Bieber. They said at the time he may be better. They said at the time he was in a bad place. Maybe he's in a better place, but then he was in a. They said he was rough. It was rough to work with him, and that was 2013. And that might have been his hijinks where he was peeing in mop buckets.
He was doing a bunch of that.
Yeah.
Silly stuff.
And so at least they kind of give the benefit of the doubt. Like, he may be in a better place now, but back then, not so good.
He is. We just read where he was.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago.
Yes.
For his wedding in Mumbai.
Yeah, he got paid $10
for
million
$10 million bucks. He's in a much better place.
Oh, he's doing good. He's doing good.
And he left. He didn't even say goodbye, or he was sorry to anybody.
What?
So I don't know who this woman is, but I know her co-star.
Okay.
So on a 2023 episode of This Girl Does Have a Podcast, the podcast is called Bitch Sesh, which I love. Casey Wilson said her co-star Tim Allen was such a bitch to work with on the Santa Claus.
Yeah, I heard that.
She called it the worst, truly single worst experience she's ever had with a co-star, ever. Isn't that crazy?
You hear a lot of like celebrities talk about it when they're doing interviews sometimes or podcasts of bad situations that they worked with somebody or they met somebody. Not so much me, but like been on their show. I've heard a lot. Like Toni Braxton talked about she was on Oprah's show and she said Oprah was so mean to her and just made her feel terrible. And different people, different like you said. And I don't know, maybe they just feel more comfortable and they just rip it.
That was such a lighthearted movie too. That's what kind of surprised when I was reading that. I was like, really? Like some movie sets, like it's very serious and everything, and if people joke around, you may not like it, but it's a very joking atmosphere. He's a comedian by trade, really, and I was kind of surprised to read that about Tim Allen.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, so she said during one of the scenes, she just yelled at her, the producer, and goes, "You got to tell her to stop stepping on my lines," like in front of her. So the producer turns to her in horror and walks over and was like, "Tim would ask that you stop stepping on his lines." When she could clearly hear him, she said that he was so effing rude was her words, and he never made eye contact, never said anything when they weren't acting together.
That's crazy.
I've heard.
That seemed weird.
Yep. Do you know who JoJo Siwa is?
No.
All right, then we're gonna. She's a celebrity in her own right. She was on one of those reality shows about dancing, and now she's a musical, or she's a music artist. Or why am I not? She's an entertainer, is what I'm trying to say.
Doesn't ring a bell or a triangle.
Yeah, well, all right, we'll X-nay on that. But she had some beef with the girl from Full House, Candace Cameron.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow. That goes back.
She had some beef with her too. So that one was pretty out there. We're talking celebrities who met other celebrities and said they were just the worst. Appearing on, it's called The Big Narsty Show in 2022, Mel B called out a few D-head celebrities she met, including James Corden. And then a couple were some of her Spice Girl bandmates. But we've heard a couple people complain about James Corden.
And then he had that problem in the restaurant a couple years ago.
In New York, where he was treating people.
Yeah, really bad. I mean, he apologized after the point, but there has been a couple of situations with him. And again, when you hear, for me, he seems so loving and fun.
Well, they're comedians, you know. So I mean, I hate to, but obviously it's a stereotype that they always laugh, and
well, a lot of comedians come from dark places. We've heard it.
That's true,
and that's why the funny is it's a facade.
Yep, true.
Yeah.
True. Yep.
Speaking of a comedian who a lot of people don't like, but she's talking about people she doesn't like, Kathy Griffin.
Yeah.
She went away for a while, but she wrote, "You'll never convince me to like John Hamm." She said, "The vibe I've always gotten from him is cold and somewhat disrespectful towards me."
You probably thought she was
John Hamm is in everything, man. He's been in so many things these days, so many movies. He's great in Fargo if you've never seen the new one. But she said John Hamm, and then she also mentioned Ashton Kutcher. She said was rude to her when they hosted a charity event together.
Really?
She said at least 3 separate times we were standing in the wings waiting to go out and present, and I'd say something like, "Hey, what if when we go out we do this?" and suggest something, and he just ignored me. If he said 5 words to me the whole day, I was surprised. She said very bizarre and rude.
He's a big Bear fan, maybe. Really, she's like that. Now, John Hamm, is he the guy who was in
Mad Men?
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
I figured that's where he kind of got his claim to fame, but he's in so many things these days.
Yeah.
Sharon Osbourne said the same thing about Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah,
another
really?
one saying he's the rudest celebrity
Oh,
she's
wow.
ever met. Yep, she was on Larry King Live, and she said, I didn't get on with him at all. Bad attitude for me because I got his name wrong. Maybe he was pissed because I guess initially, and he comes on with an attitude and he goes, "What have you done in this industry?" And Sharon, and I was like, "Kid, don't start with me because I'm going to eat you up and poop you out." But she said the S word. She basically was like, "You don't know what you're dealing with, kid." Said, "What have you done in this industry?" to Sharon Osbourne, right? And with all these, they have clips of these interactions.
Well, Sharon, but really, she had the fame of the show. Obviously, she was Ozzy's manager for years, but that's really it.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't a singer or performer.
Maybe, I guess, just the entertainment industry in a whole, for all the years is that
and she was on
the
The
tie,
View.
I guess, right?
Yeah, she was on The View.
Yeah.
And there's a woman named Fifi Box.
What's her name?
Fifi Box.
Wow, she must be
Fifi
popular on the weekends.
She's a radio host.
Can you spell that for me?
F-I-F-I.
You spelled that with one B?
She's a radio host, TV presenter.
Fifi, she's a star.
Fifi, Fev, and Nick for Breakfast is the name of the show. But same thing when she had Sharon and she was talking about it. And she's like, normally she lets people pass when it comes to celebrities, gives her a chance. But she said the same thing. She said Ashton Kutcher. She said he was the worst celebrity I've ever met.
Wow.
So 3 people on Ashton. 3 people on Ashton Kutcher. I'm surprised by this, but it's also Spencer Pratt, if you know who he is. His fame was
reality show, right?
Yeah.
He was with that blonde.
Yeah. What was it? Laguna The Hills and Laguna Beach, maybe.
Yeah.
I know there's 2 different ones. Yeah, he was with Heidi Montag and Spencer. But he claims that the rudest person, and I'm surprised by this, is Lisa Kudrow, who played Phoebe on Friends.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What if she's just got bitchy resting
Or
face?
maybe she just didn't like him.
Yeah, maybe she was like, "Who the hell are you?" You know what I mean? He might have came up on Benjamin Pratt or whatever the hell he is. She was probably like, "What are you here to clean my car?" I don't know. I never heard anything bad about her.
And his name is not, what'd you call him?
Benjamin Pratt?
No, that's a different actor. Benjamin Pratt.
But that was a movie. You're a wizard.
This is Spencer Pratt.
Whatever. He wasn't at New York Prime last night. I don't care.
Who cares? And if you're a celebrity or not, if you met with somebody, let us know, celebrity-wise, who was the worst you have ever dealt with. One of the girls from Jersey Shores was Sammy Sweetheart. I don't know all these girls. And Dina Cortez said that they had a very unpleasant experience with Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, I saw.
Really?
Yeah. He he dissed them. But again, he might not even know who the hell they are.
Yeah, they said I truly love him, and I love Blake Lively. And they said maybe he had a bad day, but he was very rude, and he didn't even want to stand near them. But maybe that's maybe he's just like, oh, you guys are from Jersey Shore.
Well,
yeah. Or maybe he didn't even know who they were.
Maybe.
Maybe he's not a reality guy. Like a lot of people, you might not know who they are, and he's a huge star. There's no doubt about it. What is he going to say to them? Hey, can I be on your show? Your show sucks.
Maybe. So have you guys had any interactions with somebody that sucked?
I'm trying to think. Anybody that... We had a couple people on the show, comedian stuff, that were just not... I don't want to say suck, but they weren't really friendly.
Who was the one that we had problems with?
With Johnny?
With Doogie.
Oh, I wasn't there. That was before me.
It was a comedian.
He came in, but they had beef, right?
Yeah, there was a beef between him and Rover.
That's when you guys did the
wife
swap with Jayla.
Yeah, he had no problem calling that out on air. That wasn't too cool.
Somebody who I really was looking forward to meeting, but I met him at Strikes too, was Ari Gold. And
he's been
Jeremy Piven.
Jeremy Piven's been kind of odd on our shows a few times too.
Yeah, he's had a bad reputation.
It's a little arrogant. That one is. Even when he calls in, even when he's here, it's like, dude, you're trying to sell tickets for a comedy show. Like, be lighthearted. Maybe be funny.
Yeah. I loved him. I loved him in Entourage.
Yeah, but you loved his character.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That's what we got. We got his character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he didn't want to talk about Entourage. He didn't. Still a fan of his. I think he's great.
I don't know.
Were you?
If they don't have him back on the show, I'll be okay with it.
One time, I don't know if you were here. Maybe it was me and Jimmy, or maybe I'm wrong.
We've had him in here twice.
Yeah, and he had to leave real quick.
Yeah, it was you and me.
That's right.
Oh, okay, so you guys
there was a time we had him on, and I think you were on vacation.
Okay.
And I think he had like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
He came in. He goes, I got 6 minutes, and I'm out.
Yeah, because I've been here when he's been here twice, and he's even called in.
Yeah. And then I met him one time. He was down at Strikes.
Twice too many.
I mean, I've seen on screen. I would say I think he's a decent actor, but it is amazing though how if you can have a bad interaction with somebody like that, it takes away some of their even like you want to say their talent, but it's really. Objectively, he's probably not bad as far as acting, but when somebody's rude to you like that.
And that's the
Even
thing. You
ball
never
players.
know. You got to give
or
them the
ball
benefit of the doubt sometimes because we had Kevin Nealon on, and it was not a great interview. And that's from former SNL star. I want to pump you up. That Kevin Nealon.
Yeah.
And it was not a good interview. It was like pulling just teeth. Like we just could not get anything out of
something
it.
was going on.
But then we found out that, yes, there was like a death in his family or something
Right.
pretty tragic.
You're right. That's right.
And it was one of those things.
It's coming back to me. Yeah.
Then maybe he should have taken the day off because you could tell he was going through it and he did not want to be with us.
Right.
So, and we found out after the fact that that's why. Because
He was in studio too, if I remember
He was
right.
in studio.
Paul Mercurio, what a pain in the ass he is.
Oh, jeez. Every time we talk to him, it's all me.
You're at me.
Mercurio's
Paul, I
great.
love you, brother.
He's great.
I didn't
He
know
is
who he
great.
was. I did think he was the pizza guy when he first came in. I said, I gave him $20. I said, you just bring the pizza? He goes, I'm Paul Mercurio. I'm like,
But most of the celebrities that we've ever dealt with, they've always been great.
Pleasant.
Yeah, very
They
nice.
have.
Yeah.
Valerie Bertinelli, who has called into the show, she actually said Christina Aguilera was a pain in the ass.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She said, I was a fan at the time, a long time. She said, I went up to her because she was at a Van Halen concert. And I was like, oh, my God, I think you're a beautiful singer, blah, blah, blah. And she said that she's just like, yeah, whatever. And turned around and gave her the cold shoulder.
Wow.
And Valerie's like, she thought to herself, bitch, I'm a fan. You can't be nice to me.
Even if you don't know who she is, you know?
I think, though, a lot of people, and like I say, even ball players, I hear a lot of guys, obviously, down here, everybody slams Dan Marino. I mean, it seems to me, everybody's got a bad Dan Marino story. But again, like you said, you could catch him in a bad day. Something's going on. Out in public is different than
Well, the problem with Dan is he does it on camera, too. Remember that thing up in Buffalo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he comes out to a bunch of kids and he's like, only one. I'm only signing one. Like, he got right in their face, too, right at it. Yeah, that was on film and everything. Oh, jeez.
We do have another request. This is interesting. On a Wednesday, we were getting misspeak requests.
All right.
One says, can I hear Greek is a speak, but Greek misspeak number 19 for the number of years I spent in the pen. I think that means the penthouse or the penitentiary.
Wow,
I don't
penitentiary.
know.
You in jail?
It says thanks, Knuckles. Signed Knuckles.
Yeah, 19. We haven't been on 19 years. We've been on long. But so he was on vacation or in college.
Vacation.
You a pothead fucker?
This is
There you go.
your Greek misspeak review.
Oh, I have a public announcement to make real quick. Just a little TPS.
What?
That's short for PSA.
The hell is that?
I got 38 years, 12 months.
We call that 39 years genius.
Gators lost to Kentucky for the first time in 31 years. And that was a shutout.
What?
You want to talk about Meshuggah? Oh,
I don't know what that means, but that sounds terrible.
Hey, I got to put the, shekels in the hide.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
We don't need anybody. I said alligators are right in the driving. 95. It's crazy.
What?
What? And when I landed in midair,
That's incredible.
that'll be very apropos.
What?
I mean, it's a funeral, like I said, to celebrate. Oh, my God. Sometimes you go to a funeral of somebody you don't know, and you could add something to it. Like everybody said, and you come in with jokes because you're like, you didn't really know the person, so you're not sad.
Hey.
Hey, what's that?
Who's the dead guy?
It is. We did go to a wake years ago in Jersey. We were at the wrong wake. It was so bad, and we had to wait in line so long. And we got up to the casket. I was like,
Who's this guy?
It's not him.
I don't know this guy.
Who's this guy?
It was. It was like a guy who we went to was like a half a wise guy. So there was like a long
What was
line.
the other half?
Senator. And then we got up to the casket. I think, Jimmy, you got a drop on this, too. I was like, this isn't him. I'm like, oh, my God. We waited in the line. Should have checked the program to see who it was. Because they usually have that on the outside, like who's
Or like
laying.
a big picture of him when you walk in.
Yeah. That's not it. I probably wouldn't have paid attention anyway. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We'll come back.
This is part of it.
We went to the wrong wake. We were so brutal, me and my friends. We go up to the line, and my buddy turns around. He goes, "That's not him." So then we went into the other room, and that guy was just as dead.
He was just as dead.
Just as dead.
As the other guy. Because, that varies.
Yeah. How dead are you? Oh, my God.
That is my career.
Yeah.
He was just as dead.
Just as dead.
I'm just saying. Didn't like the tie hat on, but I didn't want to say anything.
Oh, gosh.
It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We're going to come back with some Florida stories, some WWGD, and more. Pennies from heaven, whores from Miami. Love it. Peace.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe it. Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Travel times along our expressways up to speed. We are accident-free on the Turnpike and at 95. We do have road work Okeechobee Boulevard West at Haverhill Road. There's a right lane blocked. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more. All at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Hey, it's the Greek, Monroe's of Palm Beach. Wizards and Wands, huge event, 500 cash prizes for the best costume, plus prize raffles all night long. Monroe's of Palm Beach, open till 5 a.m. It's Saturday, July 13th, Wizards and Wands. It's a big event. Stop by. You'll see a beautiful lady, enjoy a great night, and open till 5 a.m. It's Wizards and Wands with 500 cash on the line. Monroe's is open 7 days a week, and they're open at 5 a.m. with beautiful ladies all the time. The magic is there every night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, Navage. Breathe easy.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah.
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep. Dave's feeling it, but it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo!
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Two Guys, Five Rings. Yes. One essential podcast for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers host a new podcast that's all about the athletes.
You gotta get your head in the game. As Zac Efron once said.
And the culture.
Not French. Well. I have no association with the nation of France. But you did live in Montreal.
Of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to Two Guys, Five Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app. Search Two Guys, Five Rings and start listening.
I'm Dan Morgan. One question many people wonder is, does the law firm I hire for my injury case matter? Of course it does. At Morgan & Morgan, we've invested millions into making sure your experience from first call to your settlement is so easy. You can literally start your case right from your couch in just a few clicks. You'll also be able to text your case staff and lawyer anytime you need. We're America's largest injury law firm for a reason. Injured? The choice is easy.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy as we continue to move through our Wednesday. Really hazy out there for us as well because of all that Saharan dust in place. A hot day with highs near 90 degrees. Could go close to the triple digits, though, with the humidity. We will see the chance of a few scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. And we're back near 90 degrees again for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Assurance Power Systems. Hurricane season is here. There is no better time to protect your home and family with a new Generac standby generator. For as low as $200 per month, Assurance Power can prepare you for the next power outage. Call today to learn more.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword BANK at realradio921.com. That's BANK. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you are listening to The Penthouse, and hopefully you were just listening, I don't know, let's say about 30 seconds ago, because Rover from our morning show, Rover's Morning Glory, just gave you a keyword. Grand in Your Hand is back. You have 9 chances a day to get that keyword. You enter the keyword, realradio921.com, and hopefully you will be the grand prize winner of $1,000. Last time we did this, we had three people that listen to Real Radio win. We want it to happen again, so make sure you do that. And we always say, if somebody calls you after the fact, unknown number, maybe a 513 area code, hell, if it even says spam, just pick up the phone because it could be us on the other side saying that you won $1,000. Good afternoon to you. This is Franny. Of course, we have Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And a Greek. Hi, Greek.
Good afternoon to you, Buenos Dias.
Buenos Dias is not how you say it.
Whatever.
Okay, who cares?
It works. If you're in Mexico and you go up to somebody and say Buenos Dias.
They're going to be like, no.
How do you know?
It starts with a B, not a G.
How do you say it?
Say it instead of with a G, start it with a B.
Buenos Dias?
Oh, my God. You said Buenos Dias. Now, instead of say Buenos Dias, say it with a B. The Buenos part. I'm trying to help you out here.
B. Buenos Dias?
Oh, my God.
Why?
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 What do you mean, why?
Why?
Are you saying it's an issue to work with me?
I thought.
Yes. yes. Oh, you guys, you know I have feelings.
Do you?
You know I'm shy and have no confidence.
Buenos Dias.
Whatever.
All right.
It'll
I was just
work.
trying to
So
help
whatever.
You. I know. You told me to tell you. Yes, good idea.
Whatever.
Florida.
Want to go to Mexico?
Dude, you say
I'm good.
Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Yes, Greek. Do you have something you might say?
No, this is not my time.
You raised your hand.
I was just going to say something, but I'm not.
You gonna say something? No.
You got something to say? No.
I just wanted to say something.
It's not apropos right now. Go ahead.
Apropos. All right. So if you have not heard yet, we got a new slogan when you're.
Pennies from Miami? Horseman in Denver? No.
Yep.
Did you say pigs from Miami? What did you say? Oh, my God. So a new slogan has been printed on welcome signs at the Florida border.
Oh, that's right. We're encouraging these people to come here. Go ahead.
Yeah. So these, according to the FDOT, the signs have been placed along the major state roadways leading into and out of our beautiful state here. New signage features messages highlighting Florida's status as a top tourist destination, including hurry back signs that
I like the fist.
hurry back signs, yes.
Jimmy,
That's what I've heard.
I didn't get it.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
I'm being professional.
You just said that you
Since
like
when?
Oh, God.
My
What
God.
a mess.
Come on, Diane. Let's go.
Man, I can't. All right. And then they said there's other signs that say, hurry back to the free state of Florida. And then when you come back into the state, it says a sign that reads, welcome to the free state of Florida. Yes. So we have some new signage here in our beautiful sunshine state of Florida. Next step, not so beautiful, but it is a beautiful place. Yellowstone situation, not so much. Yes, I know I'm talking Yellowstone National Park, but there is a gunman from Florida, Milton, Florida. His name is Samson Fussner, who was killed by rangers there as he fired a semi-automatic rifle at the entrance of the dining facility. And there was like 200 people inside. This guy was looking for a mass shooting. They said that a woman told a woman as he held her at gunpoint that he planned to carry out a mass shooting, according to park officials. Well, park rangers, they're everywhere. They're there, and they shot back and killed the man during this attack on Thursday morning. So super scary situation. They did identify the lone shooter, as I mentioned, as Samson Lucas Berea Fussner. Park ranger was wounded, was released from the hospital. So that's good. At least nothing tragic on that end. But yeah, the shooting led authorities to close off a lot of things. Canyon Lodge, hotel rooms, cabins, dining facility, all these places there, including one of the resort parks too. But yeah, very scary situation. And luckily it did not escalate, get worse from there. Yep. Then next up in your What the Florida, there is a woman who is getting pulled over for a DUI. Sergeant Moore with Marion County Sheriff's Office said he ended up stopping a woman's vehicle but she didn't realize she was getting stopped. Her name is Christina Bermudez. Cops starting to pull her over because she was speeding. They said erratic driving, reaching speeds over 100 miles per hour.
She's like, can I help you?
This is on 441. Yeah. So she eventually pulls into the gas station, but not because the cops were following her and trying to pull her over. They had sirens going, everything.
That's so crazy.
So she pulls into the gas station, pulls right up to a pump, and attempts to put gas in her car. Oblivious.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah. Completely oblivious to the traffic stop.
You guys want to help me?
So
you had to wipe my window?
So there is video, and I gotta seek it out, where she claims I didn't notice the police lights behind me, and the reason why is because it's so dark.
Wow.
Yeah. As Jimmy mentioned before, that's when you should see him the most.
Really?
You know, those red and blue flashing lights.
Wow.
Yes. They said before exiting her vehicle, the Bermudas claimed to not have had anything to drink.
I don't have time for your nonsense.
And she also claimed she was missing a shoe, which they could very clearly see. That maybe that's why she was driving crazy. You can't drive normal if you only have one shoe on.
Anyone want to make fun of me now?
So after stepping out of her car, she just starts to open up her fuel tank. And the deputy's like, ma'am, don't undo that. You're not getting gas right now.
You fat bitch.
Man, you got a lot of them today.
I do. It's perfect. And then when they're talking to her, she admitted, she was like, well, maybe I had a beer. So she was arrested, taken to jail, where she did provide a breath sample.
A what sample?
Shame on you.
Breath sample.
I thought you said something else.
You said the same thing last time I did the story.
Yeah. Well.
0.191 was what she blew.
Maybe it's my headphones.
And then finally here, we're going to stick with a local story.
Yeah.
Port St. Lucie. They're looking for a man because dozens of people are saying that this dude is exposing himself on their doorbell camera. Now, the picture that I've seen, I haven't seen the full video. He's shirtless. Obviously, did not see his wang because this is on our local news. They're not going to show that. But you can see his face, too. But, you know, the lighting is so weird with those doorbell cameras at night. I'm hoping they can identify him. They think that they do have a suspect. But of course, this is absolutely unacceptable. Homeowners did not want to go on camera about it. A few were embarrassed about the situation or uncomfortable, shall I say, speaking about the incident, but are hoping that arrest would be made very soon. This is happening like 2:14 a.m. this past Sunday.
It's terrible.
Dude, just going by. They said it was a 1400 block of Southwest Edinburgh Drive. Just going from camera to camera, exposing himself in front of homes there in Port St. Lucie. So, as I mentioned, they did say that they believe that they have the guy. They identified a person of interest, and detectives are following up on that development. However, no arrests have been made yet. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. Thank you for your help. We do it at 1:05 and 11:05 every day.
We've been talking a lot about tipping lately, and a bunch of stories have been coming up, and I got another one. This is out of California. A man went to a California bar, a matter of fact, San Diego area, to be precise. The place is called Catalina Lounge. This was a little while back, and when he was closing his tab, he had a $24.50 tab. So the screen gave him 4 options for a tip.
Okay.
20%, 25%, 50%, or 100%.
Wow.
These were the options that
I've
were
never
on there.
seen that.
Now, there was
I haven't either.
and actually, that's a little bit of a misprint. There were 2 other options, which is no tip at all or custom.
Okay.
So those options were there as well. The guy was so appalled that he took a photo of it, and it went viral. And I took and I saw a picture of it. There was 2 well vodkas for $17, a Jack Daniels for $7.50. Subtotal was $24.50. He did leave a 20% tip, so you know, I mean,
nice.
he didn't skip out on it. But you know, when he saw the fact that they had down there as an option of 100% tip, the next drink that he got, he left nothing on that one. So, and this was a bar. This wasn't a restaurant like on a total that was in other words, not a one-time bill. I mean, obviously, I guess they bought a couple different rounds. No one from the Catalina Lounge has commented, so it's unclear if they chose those options or if that was somehow pre-programmed. And again, you know how it is now.
Sure.
They've got those handheld devices where, you pay anymore with your debit credit card type thing. For what it's worth, the guy posted his actual receipt so you could see it, and I already read to you what I had seen on it. And we're just another notch into that whole bedpost of these tipping stories that we've been hearing recently, and now they want 100% tip.
That is
it's getting worse.
ridiculous.
It's getting worse.
Now, some restaurants have the little machine that the waiters or waitresses, walk around with. And I don't know, people you would think maybe would tip more because the person's right next to you when they give it to you. Like they just put your card in, and then obviously you put in whatever your tip is. Like Jimmy just said, 18, 20, I think 25%, and then custom, something like that. I don't know.
Well, that's more typical that I see. 15, 18, 20,
and then custom.
22 or something like that. Custom, no tip. There's a couple situations
18,
like that.
20,
Now,
25 is on average what I see. I don't really even see 15 that much anymore.
Yeah,
no.
Like the lower end is typically 18.
And do you think if somebody's right there holding the machine, would that think some people, not all, obviously, tip more or less? When they're standing right there, they hand it to you, and you're like right in front of them.
If it's a tipping situation, I'll tip the normal amount.
Yeah. But I'm saying in general, you think people feel more obligated to tip more?
When they see the options like that in front of them?
Yeah, and the person's right there holding it.
The person's right there. I think in most situations, the person would be there, right? Because even if it's a cash register situation, there's somebody there. If it's a waiter, they're bringing it over to you. I'm trying to think of all the scenarios I've been to where I've got that type of a situation, and they're always standing right there. So do I feel
they are.
more pride? I can see your point behind it as far as like you feel like, oh, let me leave something nice because they're looking right at me.
More than tradition. I just think sometimes I've heard different. Like when you go to Publix or something, they'll say, you want to, donate $1 for whatever.
Right.
A lot of people feel like, like a little like, ooh, let me do it. Is necessarily would they? No, I don't know. But I think some people...
you don't want to be judged. Yeah, I get it.
And I think some people because typically at a restaurant, they'll leave it in, the little envelope. They close it up, and then you write it out, and you write the tip.
Afterwards,
and then you walk away. Thank you, I had a good time. But sometimes the way it is now, because they come right over to you, I don't know. Maybe some people would and some people wouldn't. They wouldn't. I was at establishment July 4th. I did not realize that the tip was in there. I thought it was very nice that the girl told me because I didn't know. And she said the tip's already in there. I just want to let you know, which I thought was very nice because I would have tipped on top of it.
But yeah, I typically look when I'm at a hotel these days.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them will automatically add gratuity to it, even if it's just one or two people, right? Because you hear that typically with bigger parties of 6 or more. But I do look. I was just up in Orlando for work over the weekend, and I made sure, and they don't, but I did make sure, because you would think one of those big resorts, especially a Universal resort, that they would do something like that, but they don't add additional tip to it. I don't know, but I mean, even Jimmy's made the point, too, that sometimes with those automatic 18, 20, 25, if you're buying a $5 beer, you're not tipping as much money as you probably would if you just handed them cash.
Yeah. No, I've said that, too. I said, I know myself.
When the dollar amount of whatever you're buying is on the lower end, you typically tip more when it's cash. Yeah,
of course.
Because I'm not going to tip change.
Yeah, exactly.
At least on something, I would give you $1 or whatever it is. But
I mean, I'll get breakfast at a place in Boca, and it's always the same thing: $9.25. I get one scrambled egg, and I would leave 15.
$9.25 for one scrambled egg.
And 2 pieces of toast.
You're surprised?
Jesus.
You're surprised?
I was like,
is that a lot?
Yes.
I think I'm beating the wheel.
For one scrambled egg and 2
sunny side up, one sunny side up egg.
Either way, just one egg and 2 pieces of toast.
Yeah, it's $9.25.
Do you know how much it's going to cost you at the grocery store? Cents. If you average that out.
I mean, everything's a lot.
That's the unfortunate part with any sort of restaurant.
I know.
Especially breakfast.
I mean, that's how they make their money, but God, that's a lot of money for one egg and 2 pieces of toast.
And I thought I was screwing.
But it's also Boca, I forget.
I don't know. It's like anything. I mean, you get anything. What are you going to get it for, $5? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go up here, an egg and 2 pieces of toast, $5.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right, take me tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm getting screwed.
But my point that I said to Jimmy was I would always give 15. It was $9.75. I'm not going to give $1, like quarter. If I had singles, maybe 13, but I would always give 15.
And that's 50%.
Yeah, but when they showed you the thing, it's only like $2. You know what I mean?
Right,
For example,
right.
yeah.
Like 20% would be,
$2. That's it. So I think sometimes it works for them, and I think sometimes it works
against them, is my point.
Depends on the dollar.
So we want to work with you and get you $1,000. So, Jimmy, if we could do a solid, we have somebody asking what the 1 o'clock grand in your hand keyword is.
It's bank, BANK. Go to realradio921.com. When that window pops up for you, enter the keyword bank, and you'll be in the running for this hour's $1,000.
And then we got a text at 47142.
And you go get a couple eggs at Boca.
That's all I get you. 2 eggs.
Yeah, nice.
2 pieces of toast. Speaking of the doorbell camera flasher, I just saw a video. It is Boca. Speaking of the doorbell camera flasher, I just saw a video about the actor from Sandlot that played Smalls.
Yeah.
On his neighbor's doorbell camera with a knife looking for his wife, and then threw a 30-pound dumbbell through his neighbor's car window. I have not seen this yet.
Oh, my God. Smalls. He was so
Smalls,
nice.
he was.
He's so innocent.
But he was
Women
also
do it to you every
acting.
time.
Man, asking for the wife and then throwing a 30-pound. I have not seen this. I got to check that out.
That's not good.
One of my favorite movies, The Sandlot. And then it says with the Florida sign, good Florida sign is welcome to Florida. Turn left and drive east till your head floats. What? Okay. And then we have
Or west or south.
yeah. And then we have if somebody is standing at my table wanting a tip, step on the front of their shoe and give him a little push is what we got. I guess because you're tipping, you're just tipping them over. I don't know. That's what we got on our text line, 47142. You can always participate on that text line.
Or not.
Or Greek says don't. So
No. We want it.
I don't really care.
Penny's from heaven, horse from Miami. That's a great tattoo if you got it. If anybody has that too, bring it in, and I will give you a, I don't know what I'll give you, a Ritz cracker with a bite out of it.
You're killing me. Small Sandlot actor Tom Gurry, is it, arrested for tossing a 35-pound dumbbell at a car.
Wow, that's terrible.
How about that, huh?
That's terrible. And he was looking for his wife?
See if there's any. Okay. No, nothing there. Interesting.
It's probably going to hurt if they were thinking about doing a Sandlot too. I got to tell you that right now.
Well, that's out.
That's out. They are making a Devil Wears Prada too.
God, what are they not making? It's a remake or either a remake or sequel or prequel or.
Hey, Beverly Hills Cop 4 came out. And also Bad Boys 4. Both 4s, both of those movies. So, and both of them did pretty well. Bad Boys did very good. Beverly Hills Cop is doing good and getting good remarks from a lot of people who saw it. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. We're going to come back in a few minutes with a trifecta and some WWGD and more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
People are mourning the end of the vehicle. First, it was the muscle car dying, and now it's gas-powered vehicles, at least in California by 2035. Here's what you got to think if you're like, well, that's just California. We're free in Florida. We ain't going to do that here. Kiss my ass. If you I didn't mean to get so aggressive.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Travel times along our expressways up to speed. We are accident-free on the Turnpike and at 95. We do have road work Okeechobee Boulevard West at Haverhill Road. There's a right lane block. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's the Greek, Monroe's of Palm Beach. Wizards and Wands, huge event, 500 cash prizes for the best costume, plus prize raffles all night long. Monroe's of Palm Beach, open till 5 a.m. It's Saturday, July 13th, Wizards and Wands. It's a big event. Stop by. You'll see a beautiful lady, enjoy a great night, and open till 5 a.m. It's Wizards and Wands with 500 cash on the line. Monroe's is open 7 days a week, and they're open at 5 a.m. with beautiful ladies all the time. The magic is there every night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
Hurricane season is here. Is your home ready to handle strong winds and heavy rain? Don't stress. Expert Shutter Services is here to help. The largest storm shutter manufacturers on the Treasure Coast, Expert Shutter Services offers top-notch protection with Cat 5 rated Ultra Shield hurricane screens and Nautilus rolling shutters. Call Expert Shutter Services now for a free in-home consult at 772-871-1915. That's 772-871-1915. Expert Shutter Services. We're taking the shutter industry by storm.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Guys, are you tired of being tired? Frustrated because it seems impossible to lose belly fat? If you're looking for a solution, then listen to Mark.
I had fantastic results with the Andro 400 Max. Probably lost 35 pounds, and more impressive than that was the inches I lost off of my belly and my waist. And the increased energy is fantastic. I'll be totally honest, I tried a different product, and I wasn't happy with the different product. You guys are considerably cheaper than the other brand, and I can really feel the difference.
Andro 400 Max, the extra strength, all natural testosterone booster. The safe, easy, and affordable way to gain energy and lose stubborn belly fat. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Feel and look like a new man. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Duffy's Sports Grill is your headquarters for all the summer soccer action. Enjoy ice-cold 2-for-1 drinks, 7 new exciting menu items, including sandwiches, sliders, and tacos. Don't forget about Duffy's fan favorites, including half-pound certified Angus beef burgers, fall-off-the-bone baby back ribs, fresh salads, and delicious pastas. With over 80 TVs at every location, you'll never miss a goal! Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more.
At Duffy's, our game is always on.
When you ask people here, what's the one thing that makes Diamonds Direct their favorite jeweler? For some, it's the unbeatable pricing we get through our direct importer. No middleman connections. The foundation of our business since day one. For others, it's the uncompromising quality. From hand-selected diamonds to handcrafted designer rings. Only the best of the best. Some people put selection at the top of their list, as Diamonds Direct offers up to 30 times the options you expect from a typical jewelry retailer. For some, it's our luxurious showroom with diamond experts who genuinely care about your experience and happiness, and who are empowered to do whatever it takes for you. Others rave about Diamonds Direct's unmatched warranties and guarantees that include free service for life and an extraordinary 110% diamond upgrade promise. But you know the most often answer we get when asking what makes Diamonds Direct stand out? It's not one thing. It's everything. Diamonds Direct. Value, luxury, choices, and confidence. Get directions, hours, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Shop Macy's Backstage today for amazing deals on everything you need for summer. Get low prices every day at Macy's Backstage. Find a store near you at Macy'sBackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
What Would Greek Do is brought to you by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy as we continue to move through our Wednesday. Really hazy out there for us as well because of all that severe and dust in place. A hot day with highs near 90 degrees. Could go close to the triple digits, though, with the humidity. You look at the chance of some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. And we're back near 90 degrees again for the day tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Need a quick oil change? Hi, I'm Keaton. Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You can stay in your car for a quality oil change in about 15 minutes. No appointment needed. We make it easy. Drive in, drive out, drive happy. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Drake's Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station.
Gee, you gotta stop eating in Boca, bro. You could come up here to the gardens and get a Western omelet, bacon, ham, cheese, and get a side of fruit, toast, and some hash browns for like 16 bucks. Boca's crushing you down there, brother. Save your appetite for up here in the gardens. You're always up here. Eat up here, man. Good Lord.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I mean, I love Jeremy, but
He ain't wrong.
he must have failed math. I'm paying $9. He's telling me 16.
Yeah, but did you hear all the things you get with it? You said you got 1 egg and 2 pieces of toast.
I can't eat all that stuff.
Oh, my God.
Jeremy, I love you, baby. You're the best. But you want whatever.
I'm bringing that
Palm
back.
Beach Gardens. I like Palm Beach Gardens.
That's my hood. That's my hood.
It's nice.
That's my zip.
It's not Boca,
That's
though.
my zip code. It's true.
I only live down there because my friends are there.
Oh, here we go.
Your Honor. I lie about everything.
That's true.
All right, there is a new college football video game, and Arch Manning's getting paid $50,000 a year to endorse it, and it is new. He's going to be on the cover. He is obviously Eli, and in the whole family. Let's not forget that Peyton Manning. Those are his uncles, and he's going to be on there. University of Texas. He's not starting this year. People thought he was going to transfer out of Texas, but he's staying. He might get some time, I guess, as the year goes on. But he's going to be the face. Isn't it unbelievable? He's the face of this new football game, video game. It's been around and it came back, college football, but he's not even a starter, which is crazy. It shows you what the name carries, which is just unbelievable with the Mannings. And he's not even a starter.
Oh, everybody wanted him.
Yeah,
When
I
he was
know.
in high school, yep.
Yankees lost yesterday. They were in Tampa. Maybe they had time to go to get a steak up there because they are not playing good. Last 20 games, they've lost 15 and not good. Also, the Mets got beat and the Marlins got beat. So the teams that we follow, a lot of New Yorkers down here, so I was getting the Mets and Yankees scores, and the Marlins, all not a good night. Wish I had that parlay the other way, and that'd be pretty good. If you had the bet against the Yanks, the Mets, and the Marlins, you would have won some money last night on your Hard Rock app. And the Olympics will be here before you know it. Kawhi Leonard is now out. He went in with some injuries. He missed the last couple weeks of the playoffs for the Clippers, and he's going to be out now. He will be replaced. And that is your Greeks trifecta on a Wednesday afternoon. Be my Benny and my Hannah. Peace.
All right. Well, since that is the final trifecta on a Wednesday, you know what that means.
What does it mean?
That means it's time where we get into your emails. And that email address you send them to is jimmy@realradio921.com. And what you're emailing, well, you are seeking the advice of Greek, love, life, work, gambling, sports, whatever it is you think G-Man can send you on the right path. This is WWGD. What would Greek do?
Get ready for WWGD. What would Greek do?
You didn't even let me get it out of my mouth.
I know.
Can you believe people ask this guy for advice?
I mean, you rub it hard enough, something's gonna happen.
I mean, really?
I'm never going to the Super Bowl again. I made that contradiction last year.
What?
What?
Seriously?
Because I put myself before you.
It's WWGD.
We know that.
Not true.
You're the one who said it.
Oh, I just said it. It's not true. I do it more before you.
That was kind of came out of your mouth.
I didn't mean it.
Those are your words. Was that your contradiction?
Whatever.
Okay, so we have
Quit beating me up.
Just show, G.
I got feelings.
All right, we have Robert who writes in, and Robert is buying a home, and he's dealing with his ex-girlfriend is his realtor. Dealing.
Dealing meth.
I think that's what he's trying. His ex-girlfriend, who he dated for 4 years, is his real estate agent. So he's like, she knows the business. She's very familiar with the area. My issue that I'm having is that I'm taking my fiance with me to these homes. Obviously, fiance's gonna move in with him.
Sure.
He's like, we've had a couple meetings so far, but I've never mentioned to her that I dated our real estate agent. Do you think I should tell her or just never mention it? WWGD, what would Greek do?
I mean, the honest thing to do would be to tell her from the beginning, but that's going to cause
Too late now.
Yeah, so I mean, that's going to cause problems. I'm sure they already talked about it, like, hey, don't say anything that we've dated, because I've been down that road myself with people. I don't think you should tell her now. I think she's going to get mad, and she's going to feel like she got duped. Like, why didn't you tell me? If she knows the area and the business and you trust her, 4 years is a long time to go out. So I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong, because I'd rather spend money with people that I know than people I don't know. I think that's all nice. It sounds like they got a good, rapport together, but I wouldn't tell her. No, I don't think there's anything good that's going to come out of it. And she might even say to her, you know what, drop it. I don't want you dealing with her anymore.
Yeah, she could.
And then it's going to be a real blank show, because then he's got to go back to her and say, I told her. It's just not going to help. He's with his new fiancée. Think about the future. Start off lying. Jimmy, what do you think?
Do it the Greek way.
WWGD, right?
Well, you may not. Well, as far as telling her, would I tell her? If
he should have.
What good does it do at this point, other than create a problem? The only other thing I'm thinking of is the fact that a lot of times with realtors, you're signing a contract. So, I mean, you may not be able to just say, okay, we're not going to use her as a real estate agent anymore. So if you kind of contract bound with that, then, that's a different story, too. I don't know.
But as a buyer, it's easy to get out of that contract.
Yeah. But the other thing, too, is that say he tells her, and then the next time they go, the girl might act different toward her.
Well, if you tell her, then you're obviously going to drop her as a real estate agent. More than likely.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to go over well. The fiance's going to be like, well, we're not dealing with her anymore. So
you're right.
Got to move on.
Why you put money in her pocket?
Yeah.
So
what, are you trying to bang her still?
You already had 2 showings.
What are you doing?
Right? I don't know. I'm with Greek. Just don't say anything.
Yeah.
At this point,
hey, if it's no harm, no foul.
You're in love with somebody else. You're engaged. You're moving on, and it's right. I mean,
it's poor judgment. Never should have used her.
I agree.
But it's good for
But
down
he's
the
already.
road.
You're already in it, and you've already had 2 showings. I mean, you're already so.
And it's good for down the road, because say this craps out, he can say to the other one, hey, I gave you money. I took care of you. Remember me?
Yep.
Just saying.
That's why it's WWGD.
See my eyes roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we.
Whatever.
Exactly.
I'm just saying what people think sometimes. That's all. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Good luck, Robert. Hope you find your dream home with your fiance.
Mm-hmm.
So next up, we have Paul. And Paul had a pretty nice score at a casino in Vegas, but he has not told his girlfriend.
Typical.
Yes. He's like, I feel like if I tell her, then she's going to want me to propose to her because we've been talking about it for like 6 months now. That's a while. I'm just not ready right now to get engaged. And I always told her I don't have the money to do so either. Well, I feel guilty now not telling her. And I think the person you're with should want to share great news. Am I being selfish and wrong for not telling her? I told her I won some money and had a good trip, but I actually won $47,000 on a progressive slot machine at the MGM. Just letting us know. So, J-Man, what would you do? He wants to know, am I being selfish or wrong for not telling her?
Well, he's definitely being selfish. If you got good news, the person you're with, you want to share it. I mean, right there, that's a problem, though. If you got to not want to share something with somebody, that's bad.
I agree.
I don't think that's a good thing. It should be like, hey, I mean, he could say that to her, too. Like, hey, I won, how much he win?
47.
Say, I won 47,000, but you know what? The price of gas and everything, I still don't want to get married. I wouldn't tell her. I'm sorry, it's just not worth it. Because she's got, you know what she's going to say. She's going to say, oh my God, that's so great. Now we can get engaged. I mean, $47,000 you're going to spend on a ring, whatever. Even if you spend $20,000, $10,000, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
I don't know. I would just be like, it's not worth it. Don't tell her.
Jimmy?
I would.
You would tell her?
Yeah, of course.
After
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Doesn't mean you have to get married. I mean, if you just tell her, look, I don't necessarily want to get married. If that comes up, you don't even know if it's going to come up.
Well, he's telling her.
You're assuming it's going to come up.
You're right. He is assuming, but he's been saying.
But he's like, oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. And oh, wow, look, here's some money. She's like, all right, now what's your excuse now, buddy?
Now, what would you say as a woman? Would you say to him, like, oh, now we get engaged?
No, I'm not one to pressure stuff like that.
Okay.
I want it to be organic. I want you to want to do it. I don't want to be the one to be like, so are we getting engaged now? I've just never been like that.
And you don't need money to get married.
That's very true. He just obviously doesn't want to get engaged to her.
Yeah. He's not ready to get engaged, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But he may want to think a little bit more about this relationship. The fact that he doesn't want to get engaged, and he's making up excuses why, saying he doesn't have the money to do so. Now he has the money and he still doesn't want to do it. And he also doesn't want to tell her about his good fortune. Oh, there may be a problem in that relationship.
Yeah, it's true, too.
Normally, you want to share good news with people that you love.
Good point.
Unless they got their hands out.
You maybe want to reevaluate that relationship, Paul.
Tell him you lost $47,000. See what she says.
Because, and then you're lying on top of all this. You're already lying.
Yeah, that's WWGD.
Yeah, and you're already lying. And now you're going to lie some more. So it's just like, I don't know if this is healthy.
It might be time to break up.
Maybe.
Probably. Matter of fact, Paul, I would just,
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell her, and then I just break up with her.
There you go.
And you got cash in your pocket.
Set her free, Paul. You may be doing her a favor.
Of course.
In the long run.
Yeah.
You know what they
She
say?
can find somebody that will actually want to marry her.
There was a Yellowstone episode like that one time.
Mm-hmm. There was.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Don't worry about
Oh, now they're finally doing Yellowstone premiering in November. I was like, cool. I have to wait however long that is. 4 months.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been forever. Years.
It has been. That's why it's felt like it.
All right. Next up, we got Bridget. And Bridget says, my boyfriend is very good friends with a coworker who is very attractive and nice. We've been out with her a few times, and I just feel like there's a little bit more than friendship there and just coworkers. But he says there's nothing going on. Well, this coworker recently broke up with her boyfriend and is single, and now is texting him more at night and calling him, and I'm really not cool with that. I mentioned it to him, and he's like, there's nothing going on. We're just good friends. Would you reach out to the girl or tell him he needs to stay away from her after work? WWGD, what would Greek do? That bitch better stop texting my boyfriend. More now that you're single? That's all I have to say.
I know that.
Go ahead, G-Man.
I wouldn't reach out to her. I mean, she's told him that should be sufficient. If he cares about her, he should say something to her like, look, you can't text me at night. It's just uncomfortable. Or call me. I'm here during the day. You know, we're coworkers, we're friends, but, you know, you don't do that. I don't like, I would feel weird texting somebody if I knew they were with somebody. It's just, I don't think it's appropriate because people ask or call, like, what does he want or he wants or she wants. I wouldn't go to her. That's one thing I would not do because I think that's going to cause a problem all around. I would just talk to him and just say, look, I just don't think it's a great thing that she texts you at night. You're with her all day. What does she got to text you at night? And going through a breakup sucks, but it's not your problem. You know, that's really what it'd be. I just would tell him, you got to handle this. But I would not text her or call her because then she's going to tell people at work and it's going to be a blank show all around. And management could find out. But just tell him, say, look, I'm not comfortable with this, her texting you and calling you at night. That's all. And he should handle it.
All right. What do you think, Jimmy?
Well, he's already banging her, so I'd break up with him.
Do you think so?
No, I'm kidding with that.
Oh.
I would piggyback on what you're saying. Certainly don't go to her.
No,
that's an issue between you and your dude. And I would just express that to him. I was like, this is getting to be a little bit much, don't you think? I mean, even though we're all friends here and everything, we crossing a line here, late at night and things like that. It just makes me wonder a little bit. Now, it doesn't sound like he's hiding it, which is a good sign, right? It doesn't seem, obviously, if she knows about it. I think it's just, I think that can be talked out.
Yeah, it could also be reverse psychology. He puts it out there, so he says, like, if anything was going on, I wouldn't be answering the phone. You never know. But, Franny, what would you do?
You already heard me in the beginning. I told you what my feelings on that. I think it's disrespectful.
Wow, she's strong.
Well, I do.
Would you call the girl?
No. This is between me and him. But I do think that the girl is very disrespectful, too, knowing that he does have a girlfriend, obviously living.
Yeah.
It sounds like it from the messages because she said late night they're texting unless they just spend a lot of time at each other's homes. But
maybe she's just heartbroken. She needs a friend.
Well, she's got girlfriends or other friends to do that. You don't do that with somebody who's in a relationship, especially late at night and more than you used to. Just to me, I find that very. I would never do that.
No.
To somebody who is married or in a relationship to an opposite sex.
No.
I just wouldn't because it looks bad even if it's completely innocent.
You're right.
It's just not a good look.
Nope.
So, yeah, I would just let him know that you're not comfortable with
talk to him
as much as much as you guys are communicating.
And he's got to tell her.
And now it's more so now that she's single. Just be like, I don't know. I mean, should I have something I have to worry about?
Yeah, and you got to tell the person too, like, hey, look, just don't text me or call me at night. And hopefully nothing happens. Because sometimes situations like that, people become friends, and then the next thing you know, he starts talking about his relationship, and then, like Jimmy said, they're banging, and before you know it, everybody in Canarsie knows about it. And that's not a good thing.
Well, they are coworkers, so if they are going to bang, they have a lot of opportunities to do so. Well, best of luck.
Good luck with that. Can't wait to see what lunch sounds like.
Listen, Robert, Paul, and Bridget.
You got to quit your job.
If you ever want to submit an email because you want Greek's advice, you can always do so. That's Jimmy at realradio921.com, and we'll get into those emails on a Wednesday afternoon.
Great job, by the way. I thought that was excellent. 877-927-6969.
I call that the turkey hole.
Who was that?
That was
that wasn't Madden, right?
No, what's his name? Monday night. Chucky.
John
from
Gruden.
Gruden.
Yeah, man, did he fall off the face of the earth or what?
Yeah. Well, he did exactly what he should have done.
Yeah, that's right.
Just go away.
Yeah, I know he was suing the NFL, and I think he lost already.
I did see that. That was recent, right?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Uh-huh.
Well, there was some news on that recently. I haven't heard anything on that.
And it's unbelievable, that whole scandal with him, whereas it wasn't even him they were going after.
Actually, same thing with Schneider, the whole thing, and I'm going to say it because that's how the Redskins, because that's what they were then. So that whole thing, boy, that just went away, huh?
Yeah.
That's good point.
It just, with Gruden, he wasn't even the one. It was his brother. And
now the team was sold, obviously. That much we knew. Washington, that is.
Oh, yeah, the team was sold because they put the pressure. But I'm saying he got involved where he shouldn't even have been involved.
And possibly, I mean, what I was waiting to see is if criminal charges were going to come out of that with Snyder. I mean, the allegations were criminal.
Sure. They were strong.
Yeah.
But he paid out a lot of money and handled a lot of things. And I think people dropped a lot of stuff, too, that they could have did.
Funny how that happens.
Oh, yeah. And Mark Cuban, too, when he sold the Mavericks. What did he give? $100 million?
Yeah, he was another one that had a lot of accusations against him.
And he gave $100 million to his employees, and then everything just died away.
Wow, look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Is that amazing? I mean, allegedly, we don't know. But
no, true. In all fairness, we don't. We don't know the
ins and outs.
Yeah,
these are stories we just hear. Yeah. But yeah, Gruden definitely in that situation. And it happens a lot in criminal land, too. Whereas, they're tapping a phone to somebody and looking for something and something else pops up. And that's what happened with him. And Gruden, they always do tell you, it's just people habit. Do not put anything in writing. You know what I mean? And that's something people do. Same thing with text messages. Like, think before you write them, especially if you think you're writing anything that's a little bit could come back to haunt you. I don't think people think about it.
Yeah. And speaking of coming back to haunt you, Catalin did text in about that 47,000 win. It says, Greek, she'll find out. He won when filing for taxes. They were not married, so I don't think that's going to be an issue with him.
Yeah, and you can make somebody else.
They were just because it was a fiance situation.
Right. And you could give the ticket to somebody else and give them a piece. Yeah, and give them a piece.
There we go.
Keep lying.
And then quickly, just keep the lie going. I have 2 guys at work I talk to about my relationships. We only talk at work. I would never text or call either of them outside of work. They both have relationships of their own. They just let me invent and talk through stuff, and that's from a girl, Sarah B.
That's nice.
Yes.
It's all innocent. I mean, you're just talking as friends.
Yep.
Hey, what do you think? And then you're hoping that that person you work with goes on your side. Then you go home at night and says, you know what? Diane says you're a dick, too. Jimmy, great job, buddy.
Well, thank you. Do our best. Is this our thank you?
Yeah. Hi, thanks for everybody for listening.
Okay, thank you, Franny. Thank you, Greek. And thank you for listening.
And make sure in about 10 minutes you're listening for another keyword from Rover, Rover's Morning Glory. That is our morning show. And that host, Rover, gives you a keyword. You take that keyword, you enter it to realradio921.com. We call it grand in your hand. Try to win $1,000. G-Man, do you have any parting words?
If you do not know how to use chopsticks, don't go to a place that only has chopsticks. We'll be back with the Greek Zone.
Without a net. Suck it, podcasts. Unless you're our podcast. That can get fixed in post, right? Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe it. Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you.